It's the cold hard truth. Everyone really want to know what's going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there is a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way that things will really go with Sandra. Some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but someday we'll realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend of Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. Every day, everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day, everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day, everyone got to hear from Sandra.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful folks. Yes, I'm talking to you, you, and you. How are you guys doing this lovely, absolutely gorgeous Thursday morning, Friday part one? Well, here we are. Hope that everyone has been having a fantabulous week thus far. We got lots to cover today, as always. We do have some updates on stories, as well as some developing stories that I think you guys will be very, very interested in. So we will get to those here shortly this morning as well. So let's start out with a reminder that you can watch us every single day, of course. We have, let me just tell you, YouTube. Let me just get some water. My apologies. We've got YouTube, our backup page at the moment, which you can find simply by clicking on cmrky.com/TCHT. That stands for the Cold Hard Truth. And then the number 2, and that'll take you directly to the Daily Show. Now, the Daily Show link gets updated in real time. So I'm actually, as I'm speaking to you all right now, I am actually updating the Daily Show. And then normally it takes like a few minutes after the show has started for those links to go live. But once you click on it, you'll actually see the Cayman Mall Road channel there. And I would suggest following that one if you already follow the primary page. We just got to have a backup because, hey, things happen, honey child. This one was a little bit out of our control in the sense that it was one of our content creators that shared content, which I'm really sure that they actually had the legitimacy of being able to share. But sometimes these platforms like YouTube doesn't really care. We're like, no, FIFA can share that because they're part of FIFA and They don't care. They just block it anyway. So that's why we've got more than one option. That's also, quite frankly, the primary reason why we have our own channel for people to watch, which is cmrtv.com, because all else fails, YouTube not working, Facebook not working. You gotta still catch us. You can go to our website and watch it straight from there. So, what a good book says, bless the child that has his own. Honey child, we're not relying on anybody. So, yes. And I'm really pleased as well to let you guys know that I'm very, very optimistic in 2026 that we are pushing through with our own radio license so that we will have CMR radio coming in the foreseeable future. Now, I hear your brains thinking to yourself, what? Auntie stepping it up, CMR radio, what's that? Well, that's going to be all things CMR. We're actually going to have our own radio station now. I know a lot of you listen to us in Bobo 103.1 in the morning, and some of you still believe that Bobo belongs to me, and it really doesn't. It's now Stingray Media, but DMS Broadcasting underwent a restructuring. I don't know that that's really the right word, but rebranding is a better word. A rebranding exercise from DMS to Stingray Media. And so, same company at this point in time, same owners, everything, Don Seymour, but he's gone through this rebranding exercise. And so, no, we're just a single show and we pay for the airtime. We are a single show on Bobo. Hey, that rhymes, single show on Bobo. So, yes, we have always had in the back of our minds, it's so funny how life kind of brings you full circle in so many regards, because I can tell you that even before this concept of CMR existed, I have been talking about being in the radio space. Some people remember Alistair. If Al is listening this morning, he might remember. Certainly, I know that the brothers there, oh Lord, what's their last name now? Ralph and his brother. Oh gosh, can't remember Ralph's last name now even. But anyway, they will remember back in the day, Ralph Wesley, Ralph and his brother, I can't remember his brother's name now, oh my goodness, John? I think it was John. They'll remember back in the day that, I was interested in starting my own station, but back then it was different and more difficult in some respects to do so. And, all in good timing. They say everything in good timing. So the timing probably just wasn't ready. And I'm telling you now, we're ready. We are ready, honey child. Oh, yes. The platform has grown from strength to strength. And I'm so pleased to say that we have submitted our formal application. And now we go through the process. Fees paid, application in, speaking with the technical advisors, getting, the engineering team on board, who is going to bring all of it to fruition. So, yep, there's lots of moving parts. And at some point in the very near future, I'll be doing a reveal that will let you know why now more than ever, we're actually in a much better position to get this done. It's more reasons than one, but there's a really big and critical update that has occurred more recently that really places us in a very, very good position. So what can I say except we're eternally blessed over here on the CMR platform. And we thank all of you for your continued support, because without you, honestly, it would not be possible. So all of the CMR fam, good morning. Thank you for your continued support. All right, we do have some guests who are going to be joining us in a little bit. So we will switch gears when they're on. But let me bring you up to speed on what happened yesterday with the Cuban story and the CBC closure. So we have done a follow-up story. And what can I say except that what we knew? Let me just say this, right? I think most of you guys kind of know this already, but when we ask a particular question, and I want all civil servants to listen very, very carefully to me. Civil servants, they're in the PR divisions and stuff. I need you guys to come a little bit closer. Come closer to the stereo and listen very, very closely to me. When we ask you guys a question about something, I would say 9 out of 10 times we already know the answer, or we have about 80% of the answer, and we're just trying to maybe confirm that last 10%. Okay. So I think some of them still haven't quite gotten the memo, and they're still floundering a little bit when we reach out to them. It's not that we don't actually know what's going on. We know what's going on, but good journalism, you reach out to the official sources. Over the years, our relationship with the official sources has changed. It used to be, it was not a very good relationship under the progressives government because, they basically told people, as you heard from Auntie Juliana O'Connor Connolly, she would tell civil servants, don't engage, don't tell them anything, don't share anything. And I always chuckle because I said, well, somehow you believe that means that we're not going to get access to the information. And you couldn't be more wrong. We always get access to information. It's just that we might only have 80% of the story, But when you force us to go live with 80% of the story, I can assure you that in fact doesn't really benefit anyone, because of course we would prefer for our story to be 100% accurate, not 80% accurate, right? Although we always say, hey, from day one, we're 97% accurate. Well, 97 is certainly better than 80, but we would love to be 100% accurate all the time, but it doesn't happen. And so one of the reasons it doesn't happen is because of the fact that we deal with individuals sometimes and agencies who are trying to keep things under wrap. And we don't believe in hiding things from the general public. That is the very premise and platform upon which CMR was built. Share the information. Sometimes, the public's like, oh, Sandy, TMI. And I'm like, okay, but here's how it works. TMI means that you have the option of not listening to it or not reading it. That's the blessing in it, right? You don't have to read a story. You can keep scrolling. You don't have to watch. You can just keep scrolling. But we're not going to hide things from the general public just because a few select people in this country don't want you to know what's going on. And this CBC story happens to be one of those that I am really, really surprised at how it has been handled, and surprised in not a good way. Let me put it that way. And so they've mishandled this horribly. Okay. They really shouldn't they need to just come out and tell the people the truth. What? Radio's off again? Lord Jesus, what's going on with radio these days? Let me check on Mr. Dave. I don't know what's going on. Morning, radio off. Let me see, honey child. I mean, it looks okay on this end, but let's check it out and see what's going on. So yes, has it been off the whole time, or did it just go off? That might help me kind of figure out what's going on here. So yes, our position has always been to give people the option, and they will choose. They get to choose for themselves what they wish to do and what they don't wish to do. Okay. And so here we are. I think the people, especially with anything related to public health and potential risk to the public, they need to know that they were sitting in a building at the very moment that people were deciding to defecate in the building and to spread that feces all over the walls and probably furniture and whatever else was in their cells. It is utterly disgusting. Trust and believe me, you don't get any pleasure from writing this kind of story. It is, as our Jamaican friend had said, nasty, them nasty Sunday. And I agree. That is one of the nastiest things I have heard. So someone said it's been off for about 5 minutes. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can kick it back in. I don't know why it's off, but let me see if we can kick it back in with music. Otherwise, it's probably something above my pay grade. Let me just see here. Hold on 1 second. All right, tell me if it kicks back in. I'm going to play Beloved Isle Cayman. Oh, honey child, I played the whole song and still nothing. All right, that means that that's definitely above my pay grade. So we will leave it to, I'm not getting through to anyone, so maybe they're aware of the issue already. We leave it to them to hopefully get it all sorted out. So join us on YouTube, honey child. Join us on YouTube, cmrtv.com. And you're quiet. I'm not quiet. I'm as loud as I always am. Nothing has changed. So, Lordy. Yeah, they're saying I'm quiet. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm coming in hot and heavy like I normally do. All right. I even played music. Ah, so strange. Strange. You are the right hand levels. The right hand levels. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Something not working. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Let me, that's strange. He's saying that my levels on his end are low, but I can assure you nothing has changed here. So, trying to find out if he wants me to switch to the web connection instead. It's so bizarre. I don't know what's going on. Everything here remains the same. And he's like, nope, you're coming in low. Low, low, low to the ground. Righty ho. Didn't know what that means. Yeah. Okay. So let's switch over to. Give me 1 second. I am going to switch to. I'm going to try to switch how I'm connected. So I'm going to disconnect this way. And then we are going to connect another way, just waiting on the page to load. This is quite strange. The whole reason I have this single device in here is so that my levels are amplified, but that seems quite strange. All right. Internet slow today. This site can't be reached. What? Okay. Really? Give me a second. Let me see what's going on. Maybe I need to switch my internet today. Okay, hold on 1 second. I might have to flip over to Logic. Let me see. All right, this might be internet related. I don't really know, but I do see one of the networks saying that I am not connected, which is strange. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. All righty. Give me 1 second, folks. Trying to get it sorted out because we do want our radio listeners to be here with us. Strange indeed. All right, let me switch. I'm going to switch my internet providers, which is strange because obviously I'm online. Just not. Okay, let me swap to Logic. Hold on, because I don't know why I can't get a connection. All right, give me 1 more second. Another song coming up for you, Bubble. Hold on, TD. These are some of the things that we got to do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me have. Let's listen to this one.
I hear the people talking. What are they talking about? This world's gone crazy, and I'm trying to find a way out. Nobody knows where we're going, or if we're going at all. Nobody cares if we stand, if we have nowhere to fall.
righty. We're back, I think, but I don't even know. I can't connect to certain pages, so I don't know what's going on. I switched from Logic to Flow, and that didn't necessarily solve the problem of me trying to get to this page. It just won't load. So I don't know. Very, very strange. Okay. Well, we're going to leave that alone because we got a show to do. So radio folks, join us in social. That's all I can tell you. Tune in, honey child. All right. So, yeah, kind of wild, but I don't know what's going on. And I don't have time to restart everything. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe a reboot would help. Music on, but a bit low. You're back on. Yeah. Okay. I can't guarantee how long it's going to last for our radio folks. Don't forget cmrtv.com, YouTube, and Facebook, even Instagram. Because sometimes one thing just doesn't want to work, and I can't resolve the one thing this morning. It says we're coming in low, although like I'm totally overmodulated on the board, so I have no clue what is happening. All right. Anyway, let me continue with the story about the Cubans. So what I can tell you is, for whatever reason, the higher ups at, I guess, CBC and within the ministry allowed this story to take on a life of its own, because if they had simply said what happened, yes, you're going to have a few minutes of the community going, what the heck, and then we would have moved to pass it. The fact that they attempted to cover this story up, right? Which is sad. But their attempts to cover it up made it more of a story, in my humble opinion, than it actually needed to be. This didn't need to be this big of a story, except and but for the cover up. And I think that this is quite an interesting lesson. And I want all government agencies and departments to listen. The more you try to cover something up, or you don't release information, whatever your reasons might be. I mean, you might think in your head that your reasons are very, very legitimate. We don't want the Cuban migrants to look bad. We're trying to get them off as quickly as possible. The people have to understand how hard we're working. Despite all of that, when you leave out information, because you guys knew it was only a matter of time. I mean, I hope you know that, before we got the full story, right? So when you leave out information like, we had a ventilation issue. That was the first reiteration, or first version of what they shared with the public. They had a ventilation issue. This isn't what 99.999% of the public would actually consider a ventilation issue. People smearing feces on the wall isn't really a ventilation issue. It may create a ventilation issue, but that's not a ventilation issue. So I'm going to be honest with you. This is my definition of dishonesty in a government press release. And that is concerning, because if a government agency can lie to us about something so simple, do they not understand how they undermine themselves when they do this? You lie about something like this, then the general public says, my God, what else might you not, or what else might you lie about? So, not impressive at all. I think that they completely missed the mark here. And it's really, really sad, because now the entire CBC has been called into disrepute, as far as I'm concerned, right? I just don't get it. I don't get why they even found it necessary. This is one of those things that perhaps what you do is you say nothing at all. Sometimes it's better. This is what my Aunt Lottie used to tell me. It is better to remain silent and not say anything than to open your mouth and be dishonest and to lie. Because the lie, this is what I tell my daughter too, she's only 9 years old, but sometimes they're not going to tell you the truth. And I will say to her, honey child, the lie is worse. The lie is worse than the action itself. So when you lie to me, And I know that you have lied to me. That, folks, is when we are going to have a very, very serious problem, right? So I tell her it's always in your best interest to just come clean and tell mom the truth, because it always comes out in the end that you've lied. And then when you lie, sometimes you might not even get punished for what you did. It just depends on what it is, right? It might be like, you're still learning. I'm going to give you a blind. That this is one of the frailties of being, a child still and being young. But if I find out that you actually lied about whatever it is, you will definitely be punished for the lie. And I'm a hardcore person on that. The lie is going to get you in more trouble. So just come clean with the truth. And sometimes she'll say something to me and I'll say, do you want to think about, or even before she answers me, I say, think about what you're about to say to me. Before you say it, I want you to think about your answer very, very carefully. And you can see her little brain like, oh yeah, if I lie, I'm going to get in trouble for the lie. I give her an opportunity. So the first press statement from them was very, very simple. It says that the office will be temporarily closed as at Thursday, the 12th of March, due to ventilation issues affecting the facility. CBC has currently addressed the matter and provide a further update in due course regarding the anticipated reopening date and time. That's all they said. And then yesterday, after they obviously heard us on the radio discussing it, and we then posted an additional post on social media, they came back and added a little bit more to the story. But instead of just being completely truthful, they came back and said, well, we want to say now that the temporary operational disruption. So we went from a ventilation issue. Listen to how ridiculous this is. We went from a ventilation issue to now it being termed a temporary operational disruption occurred on Thursday of last week following an incident. So now they're going to admit, following an incident involving a small number of detainees being held pending immigration processing. I mean, had they released this in the initial last week, Thursday, this is a little bit closer to the truth. They don't go into any details about, what that incident is, but this is certainly much closer to the truth than a quote unquote ventilation issue. But you see how the story now is changing. You go from a ventilation issue to a operational disruption. That is not an operate. Again, I don't know how they define these things, but to me, having people do that, that's not an operational disruption. That, okay, we can just sit here and shake our head and be like, what? Anyway, government, just tell the truth to the people. You say nothing at all, or you tell the truth. But lying to the people of the Cayman Islands is not the way to go. Now, before we invite our guests on, let me just say this much. The concern here is that they did not close CBC when they should have closed it. So this is where, outside of them being dishonest and lying in these press releases that really say nothing all in one breath, I think it's important to note that my very well-placed sources have indicated to me that when they decided to close the facility, it wasn't when the incident happened. So it wasn't when these people were defecating in the holding cell. It was after they defecated and after the cleaning crew was cleaned in, after they attempted to clean it, spreading all kind of bleach and chemicals all over the place. And those things are actually really bad for your health. I know Caribbean people love them with bleach, but bleach is not good for your health at all. I mean, it's toxic, and we use it to wash dishes. We use it for all sorts of stuff on our clothes, and it's really not healthy for you. So it was after the fumes from the cleaning supplies just was starting to kill people, eye irritation and all sorts of things, that they're like, oh, okay, now we have to shut it down. So the delay in shutting down the facility has raised a lot of questions and have really called this into, into disrepute, if you will. And so at the end of the day, I have all sorts of people who've been asking questions in relation to that situation. So someone says, maybe it's what happens when you get AI to write the press release for you. I don't even think AI would be that shady. I mean, I think AI would be like, what's the story about? I don't know. It's just very, very bizarre. And it's certainly not the first time that I have seen, government be less than forthcoming with information. Be forthcoming, folks. That's what the people really want. That's what we hire you for. All right, we're going to switch gears this beautiful morning. We do have some guests from UCCI who are here with us to talk about an upcoming symposium. And then after that, I do have another breaking story that I'm going to be coming to you with. CMR brings you the stories. That's all I can tell you is we don't hide stories from people. Sometimes when people reach out and they're like, oh, Sandy, I'm surprised no one's talked about this yet. I'm surprised you haven't said it. Well, if we know about it, and sometimes legitimately it takes a minute for us to become aware of something. But as soon as we are aware of something and we know, you can bet the farm that we are going to be advising the public. There are times that we don't do it as quickly, perhaps, as we would have in the past. And that is simply because we're still investigating. I'm still digging. So right now, there is a story that is it's quite a big story in a very sad way. But I want to get as many of the details as possible. And so I have already reached out to the RCIPS in relation to this story. And, we can't force them to respond in a timely manner. So I am waiting on them. Let me just double check that they haven't said anything. So nope, I'm still waiting on them. We haven't gotten anything from them since like the 10th of the month. So still waiting on them to actually get back to us. And so I will have to make an executive decision by later on today. If we haven't heard from the police, we just release what we have, right? And unfortunately, there are times that I have to do that because, the people want the information and they want it now. It's like that commercial with the nudies. I want my money now. Well, you guys want your information now. And so we try to go through the top sources or the official sources, if you will. They're not really the top sources, but we try to go through the official sources. If they're not forthcoming, then we give you the information and as much details as we have it. All right, let's pause the revelations and the news, and let us welcome our virtual hands together for two representatives from the University College of the Cayman Islands. They have an upcoming symposium that they are giving us all of the details on here this morning. And we're going to invite the theme this year, and we're going to get into all the details of it, but we're going to go ahead and invite our two guests, which is Miss Quida Johnson Shirley and Miss Millicent Allen, to the program. So Miss Millicent, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you. And thanks for having us this morning.
Yes, absolutely. Miss Quida, you're up next. Johnson Shirley, good morning to you, ma'am. How you doing?
Good morning, Miss Sandra. I am doing great. How are you?
Yes, we are wonderful over here. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming on the program. So we are going to be talking about your second biennial International Nursing and Midwifery Research Symposium. So this looks very, very interesting. So let's talk about it. It's coming up in just a couple weeks, in fact. And the theme for this event, this research symposium, is advancing quality and resilience in nursing and midwifery, addressing mental health and modern healthcare challenges. Wow, that's a big one. Tell us how you decided on this theme.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Sandra. So based on what's been happening in our society, locally and internationally, we realize, especially coming off, we're still talking about COVID because that still has an impact on the quality and resilience of nursing and midwifery. The nurses are faced with new challenges. So how to cope? One of the biggest things is a shortage, the large shortage of nursing globally. And that means that impacts quality of patient care. So we want to explore these areas and help our nurses here in the Cayman Islands to strengthen their practice. So instead of just going by task. We want them to use evidence-based practice that has been researched and that they can use to help to strengthen the quality that they offer to persons here in the Cayman Islands. I also have to mention that mental health, we know that is always a talking topic. It's always at the top of the agenda for health, and it is a growing increase in terms of healthcare, and we know that in the Cayman Islands. And so we want to address some of those issues that are affecting healthcare workers.
All right. And let me just step back a little bit because I know I think both guests have been on the program before, but let me do a proper introduction. Ms. Quitta Johnson Shirley is the program director for the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing at UCCI, and Ms. Millicent Allen is a senior lecturer at the nursing school. So again, ladies, thank you so much for coming on to discuss this research symposium. So this is the second biennial hosting of this event. The event is going to be taking place on Thursday, April the 9th. So that's literally just a few weeks out. And it's an entire day-long event that is going to be bringing together nurses, midwives, healthcare professionals, researchers, educators, and students to share research and explore solutions to modern healthcare challenges. And based on this theme, we already see what the focus is actually going to be on. Ms. Millicent, tell us a bit about who we can expect to see as some of the individuals speaking on the agenda.
Thank you for that question, Ms. Sandra. At this year's symposium, even though it's a day long, it's a very vibrant, it promises to be a very vibrant, interesting day of events and presentations, because we'll be having presentations that look at the use of AI in practice. That is a growing phenomenon in the Caribbean. And also the mental health, not just of persons in the population, but also for workers like the EMS, how the long hours do affect their working. So this year's, even for nursing students, we will be having presentations. So this year we're not only looking at in hospital, we're looking, or nurses, we're looking at other categories of workers too.
Okay. And the cost of this event, I should say early on, is completely free. So, one of the great things about UCCI is sometimes they're in a position to offer these free events. Other times it's paid, but this one is free. So you have no excuse. Now, who can attend? Can anybody attend?
Anybody, we're inviting the public, but ideally we're looking at health professionals. We're looking at nurses, midwives, physicians, healthcare professionals, nursing and health science students, and even persons who are interested in the health profession. If you're EMS, pharmacist, radiologist, you're invited to come.
Wonderful. All right. So this event, again, folks, coming up on April the 9th, is going to really be sharing a lot of information from a research and perspective. So you don't want to miss this, because this is a wonderful opportunity to learn from the experts and have discussions. Are there going to be any breakout sessions? Like, what does the format look like?
Okay, so this year we'll not have breakout sessions. We'll all have just in-house, in-hall presentations, but I must emphasize at this time, presentations will be done from persons within the Cayman Islands, persons from Canada, and also in the US. And there's a special presentation that I'm really gushing about, because it's something that has to deal with non-communicable diseases. Because if you notice, the STEP survey spoke about the increase of these chronic diseases, but there is a presentation that will be done that looked at an intervention that will by a nurse trained in diabetic management, how their intervention helped to reduce the burden of the disease within their patient that they see. So I'm looking forward for that one. And another one on artificial intelligence. Yes, we use it, but what are the mental impacts that we're having as it relates to that? So there are some good, and this is coming out of the Cayman Islands. These two researches are coming from here. And also, we have our past students too, who did their research on mental health in the Cayman Islands, and that too will be featured at the presentation. So it's a grand time for just anybody, but we're targeting ideally or professional healthcare professionals, but anybody can attend because the studies that are being presented are more critical to the Cayman Islands and what is happening.
I just want to jump in, Miss Sandra.
Yes, absolutely.
We are also looking at virtual reality. So it's something that we have introduced into the School of Nursing. So we have different types of simulation, but virtual reality, fairly new to the Caribbean. And I think we're one of the first schools within the region to be using it as a teaching methodology. And it's something that we also want to introduce to participants so that they can see some of how it is used and how we use it to train students. So that's an area that Miss Millicent mentioned that she would want to introduce and have persons to, get some experience with it. So we plan to have that at the conference as an interactive session.
Very nice. So it's fantastic to hear that this is actually, integrating a lot of technological elements as well, which we'd love to hear here on this program for sure. So tell us a little bit about the keynote speaker, Miss Sandra McLean.
Right. So Miss Sandra McLean, she is from Baptist Health, West Kendall Hospital, and the Baptist International is one of the sponsors. So Miss Sandra, she has many years of experience, over 30 years of experience in nursing. She is the Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer for Baptist Health, West Kendall Hospital. And I am impressed by her because I believe as we're talking about resilience and advancing quality, she embodies that in her practice and throughout her years of practice in nursing. So I believe she's a very good fit for to speak to us about how we in the Cayman Islands can advance our practice here.
And when I saw her name, I thought to myself, is she a Caymanian? The name had me fooled. But it's good to see
you.
Yes, it's good to see that this level of professional will be the keynote speaker. So the symposium is really based on research submissions that the abstract was actually closed on January the 30th relating to nursing and healthcare, but it also is trying to encourage early career professionals to engage in both research and scholarly work. Why is it important for even students and early career professionals, nurses and midwives, to get interested in research and scholarly work?
Right. So research is it's evidence-based. So whatever you're doing, that's where we want to go because nursing is a professional, it's a profession and it's a profession that has accountability and regulation. So we want to advance this kind of practice with evidence, not just doing what we used to do. And even if then, say a few years back, we used to do it a particular way, and COVID has taught us that we used to do things a particular way. But as things change, as diseases appear, as new diseases arise, then we have to change the practice. So one of the main reasons for research and to remain current, we want to improve patient outcomes. So for these persons who are interested, it will allow you to say, if you question in your days of learning or nursing school, why is this so? You can then also come when you learn from the research conference how these researches are done, and then you can also get involved, because our students at the School of Nursing, they do research as a part of their program. And as Miss Millicent mentioned, one of them will be presenting their topic as well. Other reasons to get involved in research as a healthcare practitioner is that it enhances patient safety. I mentioned professional accountability, and it adapts to the change in healthcare needs. As times change, you need new evidence to ensure that what you're doing is current. It also helps to improve cost effectiveness, because sometimes you are doing things that cost a whole lot, but now there are more efficient ways, more cost effective ways of doing that same procedure. And it's nursing knowledge and theory, and nursing has its own specialized body of education and theory, and this is what has helped to build the profession. So with research, it helps to continue to build on the body of knowledge for nursing and strengthens the profession. And lastly, it empowers
Yes.
in decision making. So the nurses, students can question, why is this being done? Because we at the School of Nursing train our students for globally. So if they see something that's happening, they can question it. What is the evidence for this? Why is this being done? And if it is not done properly, they also can speak to it and help to correct it, looking out for patients in general.
This is fantastic, folks. You don't want to miss this opportunity if you're in the medical professional, if you're a nurse or midwife or students. Nursing students are welcome to come out to this event. Again, promoting evidence-based nursing practice, strengthening professional development for nurses and midwives, encouraging research that improves patient care and outcomes, and building collaboration between healthcare professionals, educators, and researchers. So UCCI with this symposium is enforcing or reinforcing their commitment to advancing healthcare education and research in the Cayman Islands. Who is this ideal for? I see someone saying, can helpers come out? Well, technically anybody can, I suppose, but it's really ideal for nurses and midwives, healthcare professionals, nursing and health science students, healthcare educators and researchers, public health professionals, and healthcare administrators. So it is a professional level symposium, and those are the individuals who'd be considered the target audience, if you will. The venue for this event coming up on Thursday, April the 9th, that is literally, I think, 2 weeks out now. Actually, 3 weeks. We still got 3 weeks, yes. Still got a little bit of time, is going to be the Sir Vassal Johnson Hall at the University College of the Cayman Islands campus. And they're going to feature research presentations, expert speakers, and networking opportunities for healthcare professionals and students. So make sure that you walk with your business cards, a little notepad in hand, because you never know who you might see at the symposium and what opportunities might actually open up for you. So this is just a fantastic event, ladies. Really looking forward to it. Now let's talk about how people can register.
All right, so registration is open, and we have about 150 seats available. And the last time we checked, we had up to 80. So we still have place for registration, more spaces open for registration. Registration can be done online. This flyer that you have, if you see it, you can click on the link or scan the QR code. So if you go to the UCCI website, and just on the top of the page, there's a nursing symposium. You click on it and it will take you to the registration page. We have also been sending out through the different institutions, healthcare institutions. And so even through the Nursing and Midwifery Council, they did us a good favor and sent it to their clients. So the word is going out, and I'm just encouraging them to register. Sometimes our nurses after graduating feel as if, I'm done with research. But as I shared, research is critical to the development of your profession.
All right, wonderful. And is there anything else at this stage? I mean, will lunch be served at the symposium, or should people pack a lunch since it's an all-day event? What are the logistics for that?
All right, thank you again for that. So we're serving breakfast at 7:30 because we start officially at 8. So we want persons, if you're coming off duty, if you had to leave home early, we'll have breakfast for you. We start officially at 8, and we have invited guests coming along. Our chief nurse is definitely in support of this symposium, so we'll be there. And we also will provide coffee break and lunch because it's a long day. So we want to make sure that persons are comfortable when they come. It will be a seated arrangement, so they'll have tables to make themselves comfortable and eat comfortably. Before we go, I just want to mention our sponsors. And so far, we've had the Ministry of Health and Environment and Sustainability, who has sponsored us. We have Rotary Central of Grand Cayman, Doctors Hospital, and Baptist Health International. And I know we're expecting some more sponsors. So if you want to sponsor, we're still open and waiting for that sponsorship. But thank you to our sponsors whom we have named.
And
All right.
can I add?
Yes.
Before you go, we start at 8 and we end at 5, and we're inviting persons to stay the day with us. Don't just come for half and leave the other half, because the other half promises to be even more interesting. So we're asking persons just to book that day to spend with us. So we end at 5 for that day.
All right,
And
fantastic.
we are also offering continuing education hours. So healthcare practitioners that need to register, you will get continuing education hours.
Great. All right, ladies, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Folks, that is Miss Quita Johnson Shirley and Miss Millicent Allen joining us from the University College of the Cayman Islands.
Thank you for having us.
Have a good day.
You too, Sandra.
You too.
All right. So that's the Ruth Eleanor McLaughlin School of Nursing there at UCCI. If you are interested, please, register early, I would suggest, because they do have some limitations in terms of seating, and it's a free course or a free day's worth of event, free symposium, and you're able to, see lots and do lots. All right, let's get up. It is 8:32 a.m. in the morning. We need to get up and do some squats. I remembered this morning. Look at that. I don't think we got any in yesterday, so we want to do some today for sure. And I remember every little bit helps, honey child. So let's stand up. Woo, woo. And then coming up next, we're going to be talking about a couple, we're going to be talking about a couple assault matters, including a CBC officer arrested for assault. Say it ain't so. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's get up. Come on, Irvelyn. You can do it, honey chow. Let's wiggle it and jiggle it. All right, so let's get up and do some squats. I got to stretch it out a little bit before I start, honey chow. I got Zeus here in the studio with me. He's been hanging out with me the last couple of days in the studio. He's like my silent co-host. He doesn't really make any noise. And we got some porridge in the studio this morning too. We got plantain porridge, honey chow. A little bit of sustenance. All right, are we ready? Shall we aim for 25 today? Somebody got to count for me. And then I'm gonna try to continue talking. It's hard to talk when you're exercising, right? But they say that that's good, that you should talk while you're doing a little something, because that shows that you're kind of getting to the point where you're working hard enough where it becomes more difficult to talk, but you quite haven't, exhausted yourself. So I am ready. Michelle Hurst, I see you, girl, living your best life. Where is that? I love that. She just posted some pictures. 8 hours ago. Oh, is that a sauna? Oh, that looks so pretty. All right. So let's get it. Let's go down low, 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 low. All right. So let me just say that I'm not talking to Alexa. I don't know why she's talking to me. Let's just say that I saw a lot of the comments in relation to the situation with the Cubans at the CBC facility there on Elgin Avenue. And I continue to say this much. Just keep counting for me, Irvlin. I continue to say this much, which is that it is really, really unfortunate because there have been a number of instances that really prove that unfortunately we attract, which I mean, it is what it is. We are attracting a particular type of Cuban to our shores who's trying to leave their own country, and they just don't have any behavior, to go to someone else's country and do something like this. Because I was thinking to myself, why would they do this? Are you telling me that they don't have access to the bathroom? Like, I don't believe our CBC officers are going to hold you captive where if you have to go to the bathroom, you can't go. That's not what's going on here, right? It's disgusting. So the fact that they would come here, have better conditions than what they just left. Let's be very, very clear. What number are we at, girl? Cuba is a hot mess. And then show that level of disrespect to our facility, which, by the way, the people 30, girl, I'm supposed to be at 25. All right. We're going to stop there, honey child. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling it in my right leg. Right in the knee area. Kind of feeling it this morning. Let me move that a bit more. I don't know what I'd be doing to myself sometimes. I've got scratch marks on my legs that I have no idea how I got them. Even Gigi last night was like, Mom, where did this scratch mark come from? She notices everything. I'm like, girl, I saw it yesterday and I have no clue. Anyway, it is utterly disgusting. I'm going to get Zeus's chair. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Going to put him in his little chair. 1 second for me.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are.
Oops, hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. We're trying to get a little clip going for you.
Recover personal injury attorneys, helping injured people get what they deserve. Did you know that insurance companies have lawyers that represent their interests? Before signing and accepting any settlement, know your rights. Call us today for a free consultation at 924-9999. That's 924-9999. Recover. Your personal injury attorneys are on standby to assist.
All righty. We're good. You good and comfy, sir? We got to make sure Zeus is comfortable in the mornings, All right. So let me just say this. It is one of the most disrespectful things that you can possibly do. I can't think of too many other things, to be honest, that are utterly disrespectful, like what the Cubans have done on more than one occasion. This is not their first occasion that they have come here and basically desecrated our buildings and our facilities and insulted our people. It's just nasty. I really want to plead, if any of them are listening this morning, to the program. And I know that they always reach out to CMR when their loved ones come here. And, they're like, oh, we're told you're the agency to reach out to get more information. And I'm just like, there's a process. However, what I will say is this: don't do it. It is sending a message that I don't think our government mistreats you. When they had them at the facility there at Bodden Town, I thought that facility was not up to par. I understood what transpired in terms of how they got there. But at the same time, I was like, we needed to do better. We couldn't just allow them to stay in that. Because remember I said, heaven forbid a fire broke out. And guess what? Go at Mount Sandy. It happened. And I don't think that facility has been rebuilt yet, right? Because that's going to cost some dollars. But anyway, our intention is not to mistreat you. And I think if we were to be honest, you are in a much better position than you are in your own country when you come here. At least we got electricity, honey child. You're going to have electricity, fresh water. After you're processed, you're going to get a little phone card so you can call your loved ones. But I want them to understand that, yes, we will send you back home. That is the agreement that we have with the Cuban government. And we have now, thank God, our government has gone about expediting the return of illegal migrants in our country. Did you guys see the story about the Jamaican guy who has come here multiple times, landed illegally, and finally we had to put him in jail? Let this be a lesson to all of us, right? That it is a necessity, yes, that we enforce our immigration laws in this country. If you have been deported from this country, you do not get to re-enter this country at will. That's not what deportation means. And so this guy, he is now going to serve some time in our jail. So he has been deported twice from the Cayman Islands. He's now been sentenced after returning illegally again in 2024, telling authorities that he left behind a boat captain after a fishing trip from Honduras went wrong. Champ, please. He's a drug runner. And that's why he keeps coming here illegally on these fishing boats. Anyway, Charles Ellsworth Rose was handed a 25-month prison sentence on March the 11th by Chief Magistrate Hernandez after admitting to landing illegally and remaining in the jurisdiction without permission. A third deportation order now was issued. It's interesting because I hear a lot of my people, yes, you, and you, always saying that, we need this fingerprinting system. Okay, that's great. We do need a fingerprinting system. But I want you to think about the fact that one thing I know about criminals is they don't follow the same rules as you and I. Okay, so they're not about that life. A fingerprinting system isn't going to help when someone is a hardcore criminal, because guess what? They're going to still turn around and do what they want to do. Yeah. So they're going to still get deported and turn around and come back through illegal means. A fingerprinting system not going to help you if they're coming here illegally and you don't even know that they've entered your shores. And this is why, quite frankly, we have to utilize every possible, means of surveillance, monitoring our shorelines and the works, because we know that these individuals are not going to buy a ticket, come on Cayman Airways and walk through the airport and be like, oh yes, fingerprint me, when I know that I've already been deported from your country. That's just not how it's going to work. Now, what the authorities should do, and this again is maybe a suggestion for CBC, I would suggest to them, hope they're paying attention this morning because, a couple of the stories are about them. I would suggest to them is when the court issues a story, not issues a story, but when we cover a story like this that has happened in court, and this Charles Ellsworth Rose is getting deported for the third time after he served 60% of his 25-month sentence, we should know what this guy looks like. They should issue a press release. This is my recommendation to them. They should issue a press release with his photo so that, heaven forbid, this man ever comes back to the jurisdiction, he ever comes back to this country again, everybody knows what he looks like. They're not doing that, right? So we have no clue what he looks like. He could come in again after he gets deported for the umpteenth time, and we would have no idea what this man, So come on now. I mean, a little bit of common sense can go a long ways. I saw someone commenting a couple days ago. I think it was Mr. I forget his name, Lennon Christian, where he was saying, was it Lennon Christian? Anyway, he was saying that he thinks that the government should, when it comes to the teenagers that are running away, they shouldn't put their pictures out there. Like put their name, but not their pictures. Or was it the other way around? Put their pictures, but not their name. Because, this will impact their future. Well, I think that the police have it right. You got to issue both a name and a photo. We need to know. I mean, some kids look alike and you might not be able to tell, so I think names are important. Just like in situations like this, whoever the heck Charles Ellsworth Rose is, we need to have a photo of this guy. He has been convicted, by the way, not for nothing, but he has been in court before in custody on gun charges. So back in 2018, he was one of 3 Jamaican nationals who pled not guilty in Grand Court to possession of an unlicensed firearm and 5 rounds of ammunition. This guy is no joke, right? He is a hardcore criminal. And the fact that he is managed on at least 3 separate occasions that we know about, shoot, he could be coming here every other week on a vacation and then leaving and we might not even know. But he's now been caught 3 separate times, right? So he had charges having possession of approximately 522 pounds of ganja with intent to supply, being concerned with importation of ganja, illegal landing, and possession of an unlicensed firearm. So here we go. Right? You already been here, gun charges, drug charges, and we kick you out, you leave, and you keep coming back. It is just unbelievable. How on earth is that possible? It's possible because we don't have no picture of the dude. Why? Any indications of tattoos, right? This is how you stop and you get the public vested and actually helping you. Once we know that, okay, this guy has been here before, he's come back multiple times, uninvited, does not go through the proper channels, let us have his photo. CBC, RCIPS, get together collectively and start proactively doing these things. Auntie Sandy should not have to be telling you how to do your job. Let us see what this man looks like. Make sure you got a high quality HD photo too. Not one of those rinky dink ones that y'all be taking with like a 1980s Instacam Polaroid camera that looks like it's like, what does the guy look like? It never ceases to amaze me, the number of people that every time the police like, oh, we're looking for this fugitive, this person, and they've been in police custody before. And when you look at the picture, you're like, say what? You can barely even make out who the person is. Take some decent photos. All right. So that is my recommendation. I hope somebody is paying attention this morning and they actually send us his photo because we will gladly post it up. And I think all of the Cayman Islands needs to know he's going to serve his, tell me what 60%, 25 months is, but he's going to serve that. And then in 2-2s, we're sending him back to Jamaica. But given his track record, if I were a betting woman, which you guys know I'm not, but if I were a betting woman, I would put my money on the fact that he will be back. This is his career choice, and he's going to be coming back in 2-2s. So let's make sure we get some good photos of him with all of the identifying marks. All right, Irvlyn did her 40 squats. Good job. Andrew says, Zeus is saying, please leave me out of your squats. I just want my food. Hurry up. I'm hungry. He doesn't really tend to eat breakfast, to be honest. He'll eat like his dinner. Greg says a fingerprinting system is only effective if the police and border systems are linked. But I want to say that there are certain instances where it's not going to be effective at all. So when you have someone entering illegally, they're not going through the airport. right? So it might catch some people, and I am definitely in favor of a fingerprinting system. I think it's a potentially good investment, but at the same time, I think one has to be realistic in terms of what it's going to do. It's not an end all and be all. It's just like a sex offenders registry. I have been advocating for a sex offenders registry for a really, really long time, but I don't have any misgivings about the fact that the sex offenders registry will obviously have some limitations. And the limitations are, yes, that if someone has not been caught in another jurisdiction that has a sex offenders registry and they're listed there, our registry has to get caught up to a certain extent, right? And so we will have to spend some time building out a registry first and foremost, and decide what are the parameters of people who should be included in the registry. And I do want to remind you all that a lot of individuals, and I do mean this is the majority, are repeat offenders for quite some time before they are actually even caught and successfully prosecuted to be able to show up on a registry. So that don't make that give you false comfort. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Morning, dear. How are you? I just saw your message that you can't find us on YouTube. I'll send you the link to follow the new YouTube channel.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I watched it sometime on Facebook. But I was trying to call, but I had no. If the call couldn't go through just now. I don't know how. But I'm in now. So yeah, you were talking about that case there just now with the guy coming in this island 3 times and he had been deported. So what happened? What happened to the fingerprint machine? That never did become a reality.
No, but I know you heard what I just said at the same time, right? How would the fingerprint machine be useful to someone who's coming in illegally?
Or illegally he coming in?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's something different. That's border control issues. That's border control issues. That's all that is.
Yeah.
I thought you said he was coming in illegally.
No.
Yeah.
And this is what we have to remember is that these criminals will oftentimes they're not following the rules. They're not following the law, right? So this is where
of course not. Maybe he come in legally too, or already under different name, fake passport and everything, and the record of it. They'll never know, Okay, no, I thought you said he was coming in legally.
No, illegal.
But you still need to get a fingerprint machine though, because we don't know what kind of criminals coming in there from other jurisdictions and all that under different passports and all that kind of stuff, So I mean, every country practically in the world got a fingerprint machine when you enter in their borders, and we don't have any of that. So that would get rid of a lot of corruption, all that going on with immigration. I tell you that. Some of these people just come in on the island just to commit crimes, just to commit crimes and pick up and go. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously he's a criminal. He's been, in this jurisdiction. I'm trying to find the outcome of that conviction back then. I'm going to reach out to the courts because I don't see any updates on what happened with his 2018 case. But yeah, we've deported his backside before, and he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, we need to get serious with the border. We need to get serious with the border control. Put more money into the borders. Borders where you could watch this coastline. This coastline not that big. This coastline not that big. Not that big that you should be able to watch it 24/7. It's just that we don't want to spend the money and don't want it to do because it's just a normal thing, But that's all we got to do. Control our borders illegally and legally.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Thank
right,
you,
then.
my dear. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I'm not saying that it's the easiest thing in the world to do either. I mean, trust me, I'm not taking anything away from our border control agencies, which is CBC and even the Coast Guard. They've got their job cut out for them. But our government spends a lot of money and they are giving them the technological tools to be able to more adequately monitor the borders. They do catch some, but this is evidence. I think this dude has been here a couple of years now, since 2024. This is evidence that they keep coming and they keep getting through successfully. And that, my fellow Caymanians and residents, cut down the radio for me, honey child.
Cut down the radio for me, honey child.
I think that is an indictment on us, yes, and it certainly demonstrates that we need to do more. If we can't keep this little drug runner out and gun runner out of our country, we clearly need to be doing some more. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, honey chow. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Sandra, concerning these illegal immigrants that is making it to our shores. We did bought a fingerprint system apparatus at one particular time. And my question is, who idea it was to purchase the fingerprint system, right? And then who idea it was not to implement it? Because if there was one group that bought it, I would think that same group would be the one to, put it to use. But apart, it sounded like there was some conflict there, that somebody bought it and then there was another group that decided that we're not going to use it. I don't know for what reason, but we have spent a lot of money. So that money I guess they must have said, well, it's not our money, so they don't really care, right? So it'd been sitting there for quite some time. Well, what's 1 point something million? Was that the price tag on that?
Yes, I'm trying to remember the details now because there was some sort of mix-up situation, in fact, with it, where they spent the money and then for some reason it couldn't be used. And I can't even remember exactly what all the details were. But yes, it's not a good situation at all.
Okay. Well, if we're so quick to spend 1 point something million on something that we're not using, why is it that we don't? Because like the gentleman before me speak about our coastline not being a huge one. Why don't we invest now in drone surveillance? We can set up a station that would monitor the drones. We can have not the military terror arm type drones, but we should need that too, so we can blow them out the water. But some sort of drones that can stay up for quite some time. And then when those drones come in for recharge, then another set of drones go up, and we can have drones going from the north side and the south side, and they intermeet and go right around, and we have a 24-hour surveillance where people are monitoring them from a station, So if we can spend 1 point something million and just sit it down and don't use it, I don't see nothing wrong with buying now some drones to and then we could have a surveillance 24 hours, and then they can then notify to the boat patrol that there's a boat approaching, and then you go and approach that boat if at night and they're not headed toward the Port Authority, they're going in somewhere illegal. I would, if I was in the boat, if it were me giving instructions, I would tell that boat, my guys, to sink that boat and then do a rescue after, throw them a life jacket, because the kind of guys that is coming in is criminals, like you mentioned a while ago, and a lot of them, we understand, are not just bringing some ganja, but they're also bringing guns. So I wouldn't want to jeopardize my personnel out there approaching any boat at night. If they're not headed to the Port Authority, my instruction is to sink them and then throw on my life jacket, because too many people, Sandra, is in here and they have no idea. Like you say, what good would be the fingerprint machine if they're coming in illegal?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and another thing, I think what we should do, we should get closer relationship with the criminal element where people that are deported from the States and ending up here. But because I know of people that have been in federal that are here, They were deported from the States because they attended federal prison, and then they're here. So I think if they was even though they came with a good police record from their country of origin, still, if you were deported from America, I'm holding that against you. You see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, because
absolutely.
Because as you know, they can pay to get a police record where they're coming from, you know. That is why I do not support anyone coming to the Cayman Islands and getting their clean police record 6 months after they're here. I think every time that you need a police record, you should get one from the place of origin and then also get one here in the Cayman Islands, you know, because I know, I can tell you a quick story, then I got to go. I know of a lady from the Central America, Nicaragua area, who friends of mine, I found this out after, helped her to get a good police record. She came here during COVID. She had to go back. You know, everybody was leaving. Now she's been trying to come back here. But guess what? Every time she apply now for her police record, she don't get a clean one because she now have getting the real police record and she have nobody to help her. You see? So eventually, you know, the contact might not be there and we might end up getting a good police record of those individuals. So I think we need to demand that they also get a good police record from their country as long as they're here on a work permit or whatever, and that needs a police clearance. Then you get one from where you come from. We can't have somebody come here and 6 months after they came out, we get them a clean police record and say they're the best person in the world. That's wrong. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, my dear. Have a good one. So
You
some really good salient points there, without a doubt. And, you know, I agree with most of what that caller said. It's something that we have to really put our energy and resources in. And it is quite easy to be able to get a police record in this jurisdiction. I agree. After 6 months of being here, we don't really know whether you should be getting a police record or not. Hello. Here's what this other listener to the program says, good morning. CBC, Coast Guard, and Regiment must work together to monitor our borders. We're small islands and our borders are too porous for the amount of money we give to these agencies. I'm just saying. It is dangerous and incredibly embarrassing. And with all the current issues happening in the world, we cannot trust that anyone who's drifting into our islands is not there for more nefarious purposes than drug running or human trafficking. I always say it too. Just like I don't trust those Americans who be coming here talking about, oh, I left the ammunition in my bag on accident. I'll just pay a $500 fine. And I know the judges take a particular position on this where they're like, well, you know, yeah, we can't give them the 7 years and 10 years in jail because they're not Caymanians or Jamaicans in this country. So they're not posing an imminent threat. Really? Who shoots up the place more than Americans? Honest to God. Y'all are crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? They love a shooting and a weapon and a, you know what I'm saying, taking out the whole school worth of kids. No, Bobo. I wouldn't trust none of them in their cockamamie story about how, oh, you know, I left it after vacation. Who the hell takes a AK-47 plus ammunition on vacation and you be forgetting that stuff in your luggage and your carry-on? What? No. And trust me when I tell you something. You only have to send the message one time, you know. It's like in the Middle East when they go there and they spit a piece of chewing gum on the ground and then they're going to get flogged and imprisoned in jail, that makes news all over the world. You do it one time, one British citizen, one American citizen goes spit at chewing gum on the floor, and you get the full penalty of the law. Guess what? They're not going to do it again. All of them talking about it. They're running scared, like, oh my God, if you go to Singapore, you better not spit on the ground because you'll get flogged. Good. Glad you got the memo. And so what we need to do, justices and judges, magistrates, you need to set one example. You come here with one bullet, one ammunition, because I believe they're testing the waters to see how stupid we really are, right? You're going to go to jail for years. Okay? And I bet you all these foreigners that come in here with these so-called visitors, tourists, they'll get the memo. They will know. It'll be all over the internet. So, when they're in these I Love Cayman group, like, oh, where can I find the best sunscreen when I come to the Cayman Islands? No. You'll be asking a better question. Oh, I guess I can't be bringing my Glock, whatever, in my suitcase. I better leave that AR-15 at home. I better not bring any bullets. Yes, they will get the memo loud and clear. Y'all don't know the power of being punished. Trust me. Lord Jesus. Irvin asking about the digital ID. Soon come, because I'm going to go get mine, and I'm going to walk y'all through the process of how to get it done. So I'll soon give you all the details, honey jail. Miss Marjorie, good morning. She says, jail time here, good food in jail here, and the life. Well, I mean, I suppose we don't have the worst jails in the world. Not that we should really be aspiring to that, because that's not an earmark of a country that should be celebrating that. So yes, they're going to get fed, I guess, 3 square meals a day plus snacks. But being in jail that's not some place that anybody with any sense would be trying to go, unless they want free medical, I suppose. If you want free medical, then you go to jail, because you'll get your teeth fixed and whatever to a certain extent. Morning, Miss Barbara G. Shaka says, what do you expect if you have the majority being foreigners responsible for monitoring a coastline? Just saying. Well, to be fair, CBC, aren't they supposed to only be Caymanians hired in CBC? And I thought that was the same with Coast Guard as well as immigration, WRC. Now, police and prison, not so much so. But as I recall, our agencies are supposed to all be Caymanians only, but I don't know exactly how they got it. But anywho, Caymanian says, real deal, need to start asking the question, why? A lot of things in this country are deliberately not addressed. You need to ask who benefits from things not being addressed. Scott, good morning, sir. By the way, Scott, did Flo reach out to you last week? I know they were trying to get a hold of you after your comments on the show. They had messaged me asking for your number, but I don't have it. So if they haven't reached out to you, feel free to WhatsApp me and I'll put you in contact with them. Scott says if Cayman has to follow the UK commitments regarding migrants, then the UK can pay to house and care for them. Tell the governor to get out the checkbook. Kaboom! Kaboom! I agree with this. I actually do agree with this, Scott. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to send in a query, because the numbers that I'm hearing just for this year alone, because of the influx that we've had, we're only in the halfway through the third month of the year. I can tell you that my sources have said we've gone over $1 million already, hosting these Cuban migrants. And trust me, that is us now expediting their exit out of the country, because we really improved. Big shout out to the deputy governor and CBC. We have improved how fast they are getting out as quickly as we possibly can. So last week, as you recall, there was a statement here. Give me 1 second. That they had. Let me see here now. There was a statement here that we had sent back another bunch. I can't remember exactly how many. But we sent back another group of like 7 or 8 or something like that. So we just sent back another bunch, and still, it is still costing us a lot of money. So, we're not an independent country. So there's certain things that are out of our control. And yes, we have to follow this very, very rigid and specific policy because it's an MOI that we have in place with Cuba and the way in which we have to deal with the migrants. So March 13th, we sent back 6. And so I think that at the very minimum, the UK could be making some contribution, even if they're going to say, well, we're not picking up the full bill. Give us 50%. $500,000 towards that $1 million tab is a substantial amount of money. So I agree with you, honey. Can't disagree there. Let me actually, I need to ask the criminal registry something about this Jamaican guy too. Just making a little note here to myself. All right. So, morning, Mr. Amelia. Yeah, I mean, we can't do what Graham said in terms of sinking the boat. We'd be no better off than the Americans. So we can't deliberately try to kill people on the high seas, right? Graham, that's the sort of thing that gets you in trouble. And although no one seems to want to be able to hold the Americans responsible, they are being sued. So there is that. But no one seems to be willing to hold them responsible. You can better believe that if we did that, we would definitely be held responsible. So, we can't quite do it that way. But I think that we have to take a very, very firm approach within the confines of what is allowable in terms of human rights and allowable with the laws that we have to work with. All right, let's move on because I got so much to cover this morning. Miss Iva says that she applied and got an email saying that WRC doesn't have me in the system, showing that I'm a Caymanian. Lord Jesus. Miss Iva. Oh, MOU. Sorry, did I said MOI? No, MOU. Miss Iva, you cannot be serious. They told you what? You're not a Caymanian? Or they don't have you in the system as being a Caymanian. Lord Jehovah. Ay. All right, quite a few of you are still asking about the YouTube channel, which means that you're not seeing my message that was sent out last week to say, please go follow and watch us on the backup channel. So I'm going to send that message again. It's something that I always say, you got to send people or tell people something 10 times before they actually see it. That's how, marketing and messaging works. So I get it. I will send it out again in the channel. Maybe I need to do it every couple of days, honey child, for y'all to actually see the message. But we are on our backup channel at this time, and we invite you to watch the show there on a daily basis. All right. So let me send it out again. I'm going to repeat it again, sending it out to the groups. Share it with your friends when you get it, because I just want to ensure that everyone is on the right channel on YouTube and able to actually find us. All right. Please share with your friends and colleagues. All right, let's move on to assaults, honey child. Lord Jesus, I'm going to warn you. There is a Miss Iva, before I forget, reach out to me because I can't believe, I don't know your exact age, but you have to be at least on age with me or maybe even a little bit older. I don't think that you actually need an acknowledgement letter because I, for example, don't need an acknowledgement letter because of the year that I was born, right? And if you're born like that year and before, you don't need no acknowledgement letter. You don't need nobody telling you that you're a Caymanian. We fell into that golden era where just by the virtue of when we were born, we Caymanians, child. Nobody not gonna tell us that. We're not gonna prove that to nobody. So reach out to me. Let me see how I can assist you in reference to that, because that sounds a little bit loco to me. All right. But I will tell you guys a bit more about the ID system once I go through it. Send me the email. Let me see how I can assist. You're older than me. That's what I thought. I thought you were a little bit older than me. Girl, how's our mango tree looking this year? Is she looking good? Did I tell you that Marlon planted me one a couple of years ago and looked like she gonna have some mangoes this year, honey child? All right. Trigger warning. If you are sensitive to images, you do not want to watch what I'm about to show you. Okay. The first video is about a local DJ. When I say local, I mean, I guess we imported him from somewhere. I don't even know what his immigration status is in Cayman, but he's been here a long time. And he is out in the streets misbehaving in the worst possible way. And I'm going to give you guys the backstory. So his name is DJ Ryan Kirk. You guys know this dude? Apparently, he is as feisty as he wants to be, or he thinks, because I tell you what, he can't do to what he did to these women in public. He couldn't walk up to any right-thinking people and do this and get away with it. He actually assaulted a woman in a restaurant. I'm going to show you guys the video footage here right now, because I'm utterly disgusted that we still have men in this community who think and believe that they can get aggressive with women in public spaces, no less. Right? It's just like, what on earth? Anyway, give me 1 second here. I'm just reviewing the footage. Give me 1 second here. So he seems to be having an argument. I want to see where he actually slaps her, because I need to make sure that before I tell you that that's actually on this segment of the video that it is. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Yeah, he seems to have. Okay. All right. So, let me just show you this video. I think I need another segment of this video, just to be clear. But this is the allegation against Ryan and his misbehavior. And so, Ryan, I think you got something to answer to here in terms of what on earth is going on. Where is this video saved? Give me 1 second. So apparently he went into Mykonos restaurant the other day and started to misbehave. Okay. Give me a few seconds, because I feel like I need another video clip to be able to show you guys that. But what we have here is DJ Ryan Kirk walked into Mykonos restaurant completely uninvited and not on the reservation list. He sat himself at the table next to two women and threw a glass of wine into the face of one of them. Oh, let me just, okay. Right. And threw a glass of wine into the face of one of them and then left. How is such an abusive piece of crap allowed to get scot-free in this country? And so I want to be clear that we do have the footage here, because apparently every square inch of their dining room is actually covered. Oh, we have Ryan calling us. All right. Ryan Kirk seems to be calling. Yes, good morning.
Hi, Sandy. This is Ryan. How are you?
Hey, Ryan. Not bad. How you doing?
Good. I got circulating WhatsApp, so I just wanted to set the record straight because I wanted to use your platform to explain what happened on that evening.
Okay. Do me a favor. I'm going to ask you to actually call the show number so that everyone can properly hear you through the board. It's 936-2626.
2626?
Yeah, 936-2626.
Okay, I will.
All right. Thanks very much. All right. Well, let's get to the bottom of it. Okay, honey child. Let's see. Okay, so he's going to give us a call. We will wait for that. And then after Ryan, we've got the CBC officer who has been arrested for running over her husband. Oh, this event has been postponed. Oh, okay. So I won't be doing that again. Okay. All right. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. It's Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. Morning. So
Morning.
yeah, you know, we receive some footage and allegations of misbehavior, and we can see you arguing with the woman. I was just trying to review the exact clip that we have again to see where you actually throw wine at her. So what's this all about? What's going on?
Yes, I didn't actually assault anybody, so I just wanted to put that right. So basically, what happened?
You didn't throw wine. You didn't throw wine at her.
No, her wine spilled on her plate. Can I just explain exactly what happened?
Okay.
So she has my car, and I was supposed to pick up my car earlier that afternoon. This is my girlfriend. And we ended up getting into a little argument. And that argument took place where she blocked me, and I was trying to get the keys back from my car for an urgent situation. So basically, I was running around the island trying to find my keys, and then I ended up at Mykonos because I was told that she was there. Obviously, I was upset that she had ignored my phone calls and she was having a casual dinner. But it was a 1 minute into Mykonos. I know all the folks at Mykonos. I know all the managers there. I didn't try to cause any issues. I had a very upsetting conversation with her. I was just saying I was disappointed. I was trying to get my keys. Why are you ignoring my call? She didn't really have any much to say. And I spilled the glass of wine onto her plate and I left. That was it. There was no assault. There was no malicious behavior. Like,
so you let me try.
I can even have her call you to tell you like things are fine. There's no issues.
Look here,
going on.
Ryan. There's no victim. And I'm going to call her that for just a second because I want you to understand what I'm about to say. There's no woman or man who's ever been in a tumultuous relationship who could ever call me and say, "Oh no, it never happened," because we know the mentality of victims. Like, it's a back and forth, right? So let's assume, for argument's sake, that you did do it. Her saying that you didn't do it wouldn't be very convincing to me because victims themselves help perpetrators every single day because of you know what I'm saying? So,
but all I'm saying is
so the two of you have now kissed and made up, is what it sounds like you're telling me, which is, I guess,
just a private argument between a couple that happened to be in a public place, and apparently I'm a public figure. And that's the end of the story.
Yeah, that can't be the end of the story, though. When you go in public and you have these types of things happen, you do understand that you are, to some extent, a public figure. So people are interested in this. Even if you weren't, even if you were just a regular private citizen, once you take this into public arena and you guys have an argument in public, it becomes a matter of public discourse and public discussion. So can I just ask you why you didn't, I mean, you walked in there, why couldn't you just say to her, "Hey, step outside for a minute"? Or
I did, but it was a situation where she didn't want to. But I mean, I'm airing my stuff in the public just because I feel the responsibility to explain to your listeners, because you just said that I slapped somebody, first of all, without even reviewing the footage. There's no slap on that video. So I wanted to be clear that there's no physical assault on anyone in that video. It's just a private argument between a couple, and I'm a public figure, and it's ended up on your show. And I just want to leave it there if that's okay with you.
I mean, okay.
You can take it and do whatever you want to do with it. I'm just saying that's my adult position on the matter, and I'm just clearing up the facts so you heard it.
Yeah. All right. And are you aware now that Mykonos has said that you are not ever to step foot in their property again because of this incident?
Well, that's their decision to make. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you were aware of it. I mean, obviously it's their decision to make.
I have not spoken to Frank. I will speak to Frank when he returns on the island, and we'll sort it out. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Well, I mean, you might not think it was a big deal, but I can tell you the restaurant and Frank did think it was a big deal. And he says that you never to step foot in there again, or he will call the police.
I will resolve my issues with Mykonos and their issues. No worries. All good. We can do that privately. I will do that with them. All good. Sandy, I know you have a show to run, and I have work, so have a great day.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. So, let me clarify, because he's right. I may have used the word slap, and that's why I had to go back and read my messages again. So the messages said specifically that he, I think I confused the word crap with slap when I was thinking about what was actually sent to me. But it actually said that he sat down at the table next to two women and threw a glass of wine It said into the face of one of them. He's saying it was on her plate or table or something. I don't know. And of course, let's just watch the snippet of the video that we do have. And I am asking for additional footage as well, but here's what we've got. So we see DJ Ryan walk in and he sits down. He's having a conversation. I'm assuming now that that is his girlfriend that he's having a conversation with. You can see them chatting. The other person is there. And, he says that they were having a private conversation in public space. You can see that he's getting very animated with his hand gestures and seems a little bit aggressive, if I can use that. She's responding to him as well. And they seem to be having a discussion. The other person just seems to be watching. I don't know. And then she does take her, let me be very, very clear. I don't know what he said to her, but she does take her napkin at one point. And actually, who does he date, by the way? I'm wondering who this is. And she does take her napkin. Oh, I think I see it. It's very subtle. Let's look at it again. So that's her wine glass that's there in front of him. Let me see. When does he pick it up? Does he pour it on the steak? What is he doing? Child, you mess up them fancy, expensive steaks. Yes. Oh, there it is. There it is. I didn't see it. I was trying to look for it. So what he does is he takes her wine and pours it on her food. Child, if you see the bill, I've never been to Mykonos, but I'm pretty sure that if you see the bill there, somebody, messing up your food, your steak probably. Yeah, that's expensive. Plus you lost your wine. So this is exactly when he does it. So there he is. He takes the wine and you can see the other person, the other young lady she sits back a little bit. She like, whoa, you did not just do that. So there he is. He pours it on her plate. And then she responds by taking her napkin and kind of slapping him across the face with it. Yep. There we go. And then they continue arguing. He gets up, gets a little bit more aggressive, a little bit closer. And then he actually starts to talk to the other woman. I'm curious to know. I would love to be a fly on the wall and have some audio. What does he have to say to the other woman? The other woman ain't got nothing to do with this. But he actually apparently says some words to her too. He even points at her as though he's threatening her. And then look at the other people in the restaurant sitting next to them. They start to turn around and look like, whoa, what's going on here? Pure soap opera-ish. So then they realize that there's an argument taking place. And, he gets very aggressive. He walks out. And then he leaves. She puts her hands up like, what the heck? What is wrong with him? I cannot believe I'm dating him. Oh my God. What on earth? And there you have it. So, DJ Ryan, wow. I don't really actually know you per se. I know of you, you've been around Cayman for a hot minute, but, I am disappointed to see this behavior. My goodness, I need a better explanation than this because this just isn't cutting the fat for me. Yeah, I'm not impressed at all. And I think the excuse that this is just a private matter between you and your girl, and she can testify to that, doesn't impress me. What I want to say is, let me be very, very clear, the position I take on abusive relationships and men who tend to be the abuser in probably 90% of the cases. There's that 10% where, yes, women are the aggressor, but in 90% of the cases, it is actually the men who are the aggressor. It's not 9:30 yet or 9:29. So technically we're still on air. But you men, and I'm speaking to every single one of you, you know who you are. You're the lowest form of, I don't even want to call you an animal because I feel like calling you an animal is too good. So Leanna says he spilled the wine in her food and it spilled on her too. Then the slap with the napkin came in from her, and almost a reactive and defensive situation. Girl, I don't know who you are, but get rid of DJ Ryan. Do yourself a favor and find yourself another man, because unfortunately, situations like this, if he can do that in public, I listen, I don't give two cahoots about the keys and the whatever, right? If he can show up in public and treat you like that in front of your girlfriend and in front of a restaurant full of people, and all of this is caught on camera, what wouldn't he do to you? That's my question. Don't mess with these guys, right? What is he doing behind closed doors? Like, I can't even imagine a man walking up to me in public and being that confident of himself that he could go on like that in public. What going on behind closed doors is what I want to know. Now, of course, some of you sharing your thoughts. Someone said, did the wine splash on her? The wine is going on her as battery, but not assault. So let me clarify what assault and battery actually are in the context of potential offenses. So I know he's of the opinion that he did not commit an assault on her, but I would argue that both an assault and a battery actually took place, because once you understand what they are in law, you know that what transpired here, what we see in the video, meets the bar. The bar is not that high for what these things are. So in the Cayman Islands criminal law, assault and battery are related but distinct concepts, right? So assault is often used as an umbrella term in the penal code. And if you go and you have a look at the penal code, we follow the UK common law. Assault is committed a lot of times with other offenses. So most often it's assault and a battery going hand in hand, but they don't necessarily have to go hand in hand. So an assault, by definition, is threats of immediate unlawful violence and the intentional application of force without lawful excuse. So the assault is putting someone in fear of physical harm, right? Raising your fists, raising the glass, raising your hands at her. Even what he did to the friend, pointing at her in an aggressive manner, that, although there was no actual contact, by definition, that is an assault. So I know he thinks he didn't assault anyone, but DJ Ryan, unfortunately, you don't know what assault means. And I figure there's probably a lot of people in the community who don't know what assault means, and y'all need to know. It is enough for you to get in front of somebody's face with your words and your hand gestures, and that can amount to an assault. Now, the battery is, in common law, again, has a distinct definition. The battery is where you actually make contact with them. So it's almost like the battery is the completion of the threat, right? Any unwanted or harmful touching of a person is the battery. So when he threw the wine on her plate and then it ended up on her as well, that is battery. If he touched her in any way, shape, and form, I don't see necessarily when I review the video that he actually touched her outside of that. But if he touched her, that would be a battery. But throwing a substance at someone is a battery. Yeah. So, I don't know, DJ Ryan. I think you might want to do some anger management, courses or something here, because I'm not really that impressed. I mean, I think you're supposed to be a big man, at least probably in his 40s by now, and perhaps it's time that you get your life together a little bit. I mean, I don't know what you and the girlfriend really going on like this for. Listen, if it's not working, and then, like I said, I don't know who can I just say as an aside that her friend has beautiful hair. I love her curls. I don't know who the friend is, but she got one head of hair on her, child. That's gorgeous. But anyway, the friend by extension gets mixed up in this hot mess, and the friend's like, oh my God, this ain't got nothing to do with me, honey child. but he seems to assault the friend as well. And the girlfriend's sitting there like, what the heck? And looking around. And she actually engages at the very end where she's looking around and having to explain to the other table what just went down. What an embarrassment. Anyway, DJ, Ryan, and your girlfriend, whoever the girlfriend is, please get your lives together. Someone says, I think he's a Trinity Caymanian, but not certain. Sandra, if this is assault, I belong in prison because I done worse than that on multiplication. # anger issues. Well, yes. And, a lot of you might not realize that you are actually committing an offense. And I guess at the end of the day, if you, if you don't know it, if the other person does not actually decide to press charges, then that is certainly one thing on them. But that does not mean that it's not assault or a battery. So someone says, Ryan is an abuser. I know of him beating his ex-girlfriend. Thank God she got away. I don't remember if there was a story on that too, but she had it on IG years ago. Oh, really? She talked about it? Where's she from? She's so pretty. I love her hair. Y'all be doing the most with your hairstyles. Wow. It is normally the case that aggressive men, it's not a one-off situation with them. They will exhibit this behavior as a matter of there's a degree of regularity with it. And so I would not be surprised to hear other women say that, yeah, they've experienced it themselves. Cameron Brocker, Carrie says he's a loser. Miss Lucille says, come on, Sandy, you need to listen sometimes. I am not a woman. The more I am a man now. Take it easy. He called in to say his side. So watch your mouth, because we out instead leave them. What the fuck? Miss Lucille, he had his say. And just because he had something to say don't mean that it goes so. I allowed him to say what he had to say. I don't think I was not allowing him to not have his opportunity to speak. That doesn't mean that I believe a word that he said. And it doesn't mean that anything he said was true either. Like I said, there's a particular pattern of behavior with guys who have anger issues or people who have anger issues. And it's like make up, fight, break up. There's like this cycle of abuse. So Island Pearl says that she assaulted him and that wine would have only made her steak even juicier. Well, you see, this is the problem because she responded. That's why I had to watch it really carefully, because she responded to him doing what he did with then that would be the very definition of self-defense. Provocation. She actually has defenses that she could use because he instigated it with his behavior first and foremost. Liana says there was some insult exchange to both women. That was clear. And the next table was shocked and asked if she's okay. Tamaya says like father, like son. Oh, Jesus. Do we know his father? I mean, I don't even know who's his papa is, but it sounds like you know. Cayman Brocker says if your girlfriend had your car, call a cab. You're not a gentleman. What caused her to ignore him? She needs a new boyfriend. He's got the attitude that he will beat her ass behind closed doors. Like I said, what you do in public, trust me, it certainly says a lot about what you can do in private. So Carrie says, my clock says 9:34 a.m. Cuss his ass, girl. It's 9:30, says Leanna. I know, right? Any man who does this in public needs to get healed from trauma. Girl, Faith and Hope says it was 9:29 just now. We're officially off radio. Let me disconnect from the radio. We can just make sure that we off radio. Ryan, they said Dape know who to frighten. And I could tell you, you would not and not in this lifetime and not in the afterlife and not if we were reincarnated, would you dare walk up to me and do something like that? Too many women for a little bit of pee-pee, and it probably like this small. Y'all are putting up with too much bullshit from these men, right? They don't bring nothing to the table. He said he got to go to work. Where does he even work? He has a real job other than DJing? Don't make these guys treat you with such disrespect in public where other people at the next table have to ask you if you're okay. Y'all need to level up. Yes, get yourself a new man. They're actually a dime a dozen, but I appreciate that finding a good one is a hell of a task. That part is hard, right? And so what I'm going to tell you to every single man or woman who is listening to this, who's in a relationship this morning, where you're putting up with some next level BS, whether it's emotional trauma and abuse, whether it's physical violence, threats of violence, you do not need that in your life. Get rid of these people. They're not bringing anything of quality to your life. That is pure stress and mix up. You don't need his car, girl. Go get your own ride. Because what is he going to do if he can throw wine on your food and threaten you? Because that was threatening behavior. We don't have the audio, but the body language says everything that we need to know. What exactly is Ryan doing to you behind closed doors? Don't make this man disrespect you. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, honey child. How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored beyond all measures. With your topic right now, I'm free. Cindy's always talking about signing me up to Christian.com, mingle some baloney or some of the art, but I'm not in that. Anyhow.
It's crazy.
Anyhow, I just wanted to find out, were you tuned in last night to the 89.9 with I believe it was with Carcass? What was going on? Oh my gosh, I am so happy, Sandy. With
no, but we need to stay on topic. So if you're not on topic today, you have to call back tomorrow.
No, darling, I was just so happy with the litter laws that was passed.
Oh, that's not on topic, Miss Amelia. That's not nowhere near on topic. We got to talk about it. Okay, we got to talk. Thank you, baby. We got to talk about that another day, honey child. Good morning, caller. Some of y'all need to learn how to stay on topic.
Hi.
Oh my God, my UK passport is back. That was fast. Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Hi. I saw your live. I'm watching the live. I'm the girlfriend.
Oh, you're the
one that
girlfriend?
you're broadcasting.
Poor you.
And I don't wanna discuss my name to you.
Okay. You sound like.
I'm not gonna tell.
Can I?
I am. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So I just want to let you know.
Yes.
That Ryan is very great guy.
Oh,
he's
poor
done
you.
so much for me.
I know. Can I ask you where you're?
Yeah.
Can I ask you where you're from?
You don't have to know, right? But I am the one in the video, and I'm telling you right now. I can tell you the full story of what is in the video, and I know what happened. But do not judge the person just based on the video, because I know what you're doing. That you're ruining someone's reputation that probably way known and have done so much for this island more than you. Okay,
more than
that
me?
person. That person.
Okay,
has done so
girlfriend.
much for me, and you don't have any idea what she's
girlfriend.
Okay.
Let me
do not judge the person just based on that video and spread it on social media and try to catch up whatever comments it is.
Girl.
This is just a relationship situation.
Yeah, and you're a victim,
really
and you don't even know that you're a victim. That's the sad part. You're gonna let me try to understand what you just said to me as the girlfriend, right? You're gonna call my show.
I don't have to know the side of your story or whatever you have to say. I was the one in the video and not you. And I'm telling you right now, you have to stop this, and you shouldn't be doing this to anybody. Don't embarrass anyone, and you don't know who the real person is, and you don't know who they are.
Are you kidding me right now?
Because even
have you heard of Stockholm syndrome?
Oh my God!
Do you know what Stockholm syndrome is?
You just wanted the fame, and I'm sorry I can't help you with that. But please.
Yeah, but have you heard of Stockholm syndrome?
Wrong information and wrong things. Okay.
Have you heard of Stockholm syndrome?
Is a really good person to me,
right?
And the people around him.
Okay,
I don't have time for you.
Oh, poor you, girl. Please. Okay, man. Status can't be that important to y'all. What did that woman just say to me? That he has done more in this community than me? must be out of her blood clot mind. Blood cleat mind. What the fuck?
Clap it in your mouth. You see, I tell you, let people alone that you won't listen to me. You listen this morning, let people.
Miss, what are you named again? Miss Lucille. Miss Lucille. Somebody assaults somebody in public. Someone assaults some. I am business with them. I am business with them because you have the audacity to assault a woman in public. I don't really give two hoots what she thinks, that she the victim or not the victim. She's a victim and don't even know it. She's suffering from Stockholm Syndrome and don't even know it. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Sandra.
Girl, these people not easy.
Listen, for her, she is probably very traumatized by all of this. That's
he's so good to her. You see, this is why I don't fuck with victims, you know, because she is a perfect example, and we see it all the time. And that's why I told him, having her call in to defend him, which I'm sure he was on speed dial telling her to do that. That not gonna be here nor there. Do you know? Remember the story of the lawyer who beat the shit out of his wife in the hotel in South Beach, was arrested and charged and everything, and then had the victim actually email a letter saying that he never assaulted her. But of course he did. Now she's in recovery. She's found a new husband. She's living her best life. I understand Stockholm Syndrome. I understand the victimology of these victims. He could be beating her ass every night and she would still call on the show and defend him.
Of course. That is a Stockholm Syndrome. They're going to take up for their abuser.
Oh my God.
So prevalent in our society.
He has done so much. He has done so much for me. Yeah. He has done so much for me and people around him. Tell me what he's done for people in the Cayman Islands. Bitch, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
No, what he done, because I don't hear it.
Hello. What has he done for people in Cayman other than come here and make a name for himself and be able to go around DJing? We have built him. He not built us.
Exactly. He could not get what he got here where he left.
Listen to me. From Trinidad, you need to shut this fuck up. I am so sick and tired of people coming to this country and believing that they have made such an amazing contribution and helped so many people and built Cayman. You not built nothing but your own fucking bank account and a name for yourself. You not built nothing in Cayman.
Homes and rental properties back.
Where does she sound? She sounds Filipino a little bit, but I couldn't quite. She sounds either.
She's a Trinidad. She's a Trinidad. My source done told me that she's from
a Trinidad. But she don't sound like a Trinidad.
Yeah. Listen to her accent.
Where's she from?
Really good.
She
or one of them.
No, she either sounds Spanish or Filipino, but I was leaning more towards the Asian side. Somebody try and tell me where she's from. Somebody said she deserves him.
You listen back to her call and you listen distinctly that Trinidadians have a certain way they say words when they're speaking, and she one of them.
She's a Filipino, works at Sandbar. She's a Filipino. She's a Filipino that works at Sandbar, and the person said she looks like she's around 18 years old. She don't have no Trinidad accent, man. What a mess.
She sounds like she was 12. Or maybe she caught on to his accent, you know? Maybe being around him, she kind of tried to imitate him
Did we give him status?
Grooming is.
Did we give him status already?
He has. I think he has PR now, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We need to do a better job of Ryan, what you had that woman call me up for? Like, seriously.
Please don't come and arrest him. But you know what? Mykonos now need to call the police and tell the police about this incident and have him arrested because it happened on their property.
Yep. But you see, the victim, it would be difficult, but not impossible because they have the video. The victim has to file a report. And of course, she's not going to file it. She is not going to file it. But I can tell you that Frank Schillings from Mykonos has said he is banned from his establishment and he better not set foot in his place again. But you done hear him? He got smooth it over with Frank.
Yeah, that all right was smooth it over.
I know
Frank, no woman beater. or woman abuser, verbally or physically. He don't do them kind of things. I met that man. Me and him had a nice conversation about his beautiful wife and children. He not that person, and I'm glad he banned you. He'd ban you from the entire Cayman Islands. You can only DJ 12 Mile Bank off. Go out there in your boat and DJ over there. 12 Mile Bank. We're done with you, Brian. Sandra, you know, you've heard people complain about him in the past. This DJ Riot. He's not a good person. And we need him out of the country. I don't give a fuck, send your lawyer. I don't care. I go court for everybody who come in my country and abuse my people. I don't give a shit where you come from and what you do.
So let us confirm
doing a shit like this to women in our country.
Yeah, let me confirm that she is a Filipino. So
oh, she's a Filipino. Well,
yeah,
they'll take
poor
all day
thing.
long. They will take abuse all day long because their worst day in the Cayman Islands is still better than their best day in the Philippines. So they'll take abuse 24/7 and they will lie and deceive and everything else. Oh yeah.
Now look at this beautiful woman. Now I'm only mentioning her because she had gone public with her allegations against DJ Ryan, but she'd actually post up about his abuse in the past. And boy, he can sure find some pretty ones, I gotta say. This young lady here had posted about his abusive behavior, and I understand that she's Caymanian. Oh gosh, she's so pretty. Y'all need to stop fucking with these men like DJ Ryan. I mean, honest to God.
Because the idea of these men is they are famous in this country and well known. What the fuck? My dad is Stacey Tibb is more famous than Anna and he in the grave. So I'm just saying, people that used to charter the damn jet flights to come to Grand Cayman from Cayman and all over to listen to him sing. So how famous are you, Ryan? We not heard about you in Cayman, so you ain't famous at all. And these women, they gravitate to that feeling, but he famous and he this and he know all these people.
And she probably looking papers. Not for nothing, but our Filipino and Asian friends, they're a little bit different still. They worse than the Spaniards when it comes to allowing men to use and abuse them. I'm sorry, but if you think if you think a nationality not got no backbone, I don't like to generalize, but I can do it. If you think a nationality not got no backbone, go check Asian people in general, but specifically Filipinos. They will kowtail and bow to you no matter how you treat them. You could be literally feeding them shit. And they're gonna be like, oh, Miss Sandy, that tastes so good. They need to grow a little bit of backbone, man. I've seen their behavior and I witnessed. I'm just like, what is wrong with you all? It is a part of their culture. You know, it is a part of their culture. And
take a licking and keep on ticking. That's their culture.
My God. No,
you can flog them all day long and they still keep going, smile in your face and think that you're the best thing since sliced bread, peanut butter and jelly on it. So
what a mess.
That's the culture we're interjecting into our country and nobody's assimilating into our culture. And these are people are coming into our country and we don't have no sort of an oversight body on our culture to say, I'm sorry, you're going to practice our culture. You're going to fly our flag. You don't like that. You can leave.
Yeah. But I knew for sure she wasn't Trinidad because that accent wasn't Trinidad at all. But I was like,
his accent.
I was like, it sound like a Filipino. Because again, there was quite a bit of broken English in there. And then as she started to get flustered, you could hear it come out a little bit more. But poor her. Was she going to tell me that I mustn't share the video and I must stop because I'm ruining people's lives? No, when you go into a public space and you carry on like this, where the management actually has to pull the video and send it to CMR, you bitch are the one who is ruining your own reputation, not me.
Exactly.
I'm just here to cover the blood cleat news and tell people what happened in their own community.
You sure she Filipino that hit him, slap him with that napkin? You sure she Filipino?
Listen, I can tell you one thing. If she was a Trini, she would have got up and boxed him the fuck down. That one thing you could have bet. The Trini response would have been no.
DJ Ryan won't get in, Sandra. Let him in.
Get up, folks. Let's do your squats. You've been doing your squats, Carrie. Get up and do your squats with Tamalu.
Yesterday, I have an ass I'm getting back now. My ass is pumping up.
Andrew says, Sandra, she just revealed what nationality she is, and it's not right to assume, but we can put one and one together. Now, this is why immigration is critical. Yes, sir. Kaboom to that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Liana said, what he done?
Step it up.
Liana said, what he done? Pay for permit? All right, let's start squatting, folks. And then the next case that I got, it gonna be even worse because this is a case of a wife running over her husband. And Jesus Christ, if you are sensitive to images, do not continue to watch this show because I got all the pictures. And this
show the video.
This one is a hot mess, but let's do our squats first. Thanks, Carrie. 9362626. Somebody count for me. That's like number 3. So get in my counting. Somebody count. But yes, this domestic violence and abuse and thing in public, honestly, is going from bad to worse. I'm just like, what the hell? The next case is going to blow your blood cleat mind. Oh, there's somebody calling me. Hold on. They might have some suspects. Let me see what's going on now. Somebody keep counting for me. Oh, Lord. What a heat. You calling to be on the show or what? Hello? Oh, you can give me the 411. Okay. They can't hear you. Go ahead. Tell me the scoop. Folks, keep counting. I'm going to mute it so I can get the 411. Hold on. I need please tell me how many squats we just did because guess what? We gonna blow the fuck up here this morning now. Okay. Miss Amelia and Lucille, come off from my show because I don't want to hear nothing from the two of you this morning about Auntie is gonna be going hard. Where's my hair net? Because after this, I need to catch up. Thank you, Liana. I did 35. That's good enough. I got catch up my hair here today. You guys are not going to believe what I have discovered on the girlfriend. Woo! Sometimes it is better that you keep your mouth shut and don't bother coming on my road when your closet is so full of skeletons. Girl, there's no wonder you trying to defend him. Let me break it down, Michelle. Here we go, Michelle, aka Filipina, prostitute and call girl. Who would have known? Girl, no sir. Here is what we know about Michelle. I get in the full name. Hang tight. Here we go. Michelle Tongson Guevara. I got your fucking digits head today. Hello. Good morning, my fellow Caymanians. I need you all to pay attention. Because some people think they're bright. And when they try and come for me, that is not in your best interest. Because I have ears and eyes everywhere. And all you did this morning, girl, was open Pandora's box on yourself. Let's talk about it. I need a photo, please. Please and thanks. Get me that photo. I got the full 411. Michelle Tongson Guevara. Guevarra. Step up. You need to do better. Who do you think you are? Oh, I got a picture. Coming right up, girl. Don't ever come for me. When you know you are in the fucking wrong, it is in your best interest to keep your mouth shut. I invite you to call on the show if you're going to be up straight and honest. When you got shit to hide, don't call Mall Road. Because we will get the information. We not even digging. Somebody says she about 95 pounds wet. I got to fix your ass today. Because guess what? What is being said about you? We don't need the likes of you in Cayman. Ryan would have to know why he got a problem with you. How old are you? With your track record already of being a call girl. Boy, we sure can find him. Lord God, let me show you all the pictures. Give me a second. I'm downloading them because you know what you're going to do next? You're going to run and try and hide. But don't worry, we got enough pictures already. All right, let's talk about this little wannabe who going to try to call on my show and insult me like she bright. So apparently she came to us by way of New York where she was a nanny. Oh, poor things. She was working at Sandbar, but because she's out here with this call girl reputation, Sandbar got rid of her. She then was on this island for 4 months illegally. And this is where now I can call up WORC. Jeremy Scott, you better fucking fix this. Because you see, this is the bullshit that makes people look at our agencies, whether it's WRC, CBC, police, prison. When y'all pull your foolish stunts, we look at you and go, why are you doing this? You guys are the one who are ruining this country. Huh? So she was here unlawfully for 4 months, and somebody's still fighting to keep her in Cayman. Her status was not regularized for 4 months, and still somebody can go in and update her into the system where now she can continue to work. And now Tilly's, of all people, well, guess what? Tilly's and that property being taken over by Dart. Dart, I know y'all listening. Don't hire this girl, because this is going to be the biggest mistake. Because all your clients, all your rich clients and celebrities that come in there, she's going to be sleeping with them. Because apparently they know that she has a call girl reputation. Let me show you what this little 35-pound little froppish thing looked like. Hold on. Let's pull up the photos. And you have the nerve to call in on CMR like you somebody. You must have lost your blood clot, man. See that? That's her. She's trying to step it up because if you see the before pictures, Lord Jesus, you know she's not even that cute. So this is the fool who decides to come for me this morning because apparently Ryan told her to do so, and she clearly not got no sense. Let me show you what else she looks like. All right. So yes, came by way of New York. She was a nanny working in New York, talking about, oh, she wants to come for the sun and fun. No, she want to come for you lean duck men. I should say lean dick men who not got no sense and will jump on any kind of little thing with half straight hair and not even got no bonking, no bubbies or nothing to go with it. But anyway, That's what y'all into. And this is what got y'all excited. Jesus need to fix y'all. So this is who Ryan is entertaining. And little does he know, or maybe he does know and don't care, she's entertaining all kind of different men. That's why Sandbar had to get rid of her, because she has a reputation out in these streets. Girl, what you say your name is? Michelle? Michelle, go take several seats all the way in the back of the classroom. So she is from Orani, Bataan. Yep, right there in the Philippines. Birthday is July the 25th. And she faced it. She really faced the bad. But you know, this is what happens. They come and they get a little bit of like a lift up in life, can buy a little outfit. I'm sure he's buying her these shoes now that she's wearing. And all of a sudden they up in their feelings and pretend that they somebody. Oh, they can go to the Kimpton for lunch. They can go to this place and that place. I don't give a fuck. Seriously, girl. We can spend you into the ground any day of the week, and guess what? We have our own money. We're not going to rely on no man for no money. Here you are out here prostituting that little scrawny pom-pom that they can't even do nothing much with. You touch it and you're ready coming through the back end because you're not got nothing, no meat. But there she is. Girl, don't ever fucking call my number again. You call me again. I'm being nice actually this morning to you. You ever pick up the phone and call me again, and me and you gonna have a problem. We got a problem, but it gonna be even more of a problem for you. This is the idiot. Oh God. Now I feel bad even trying to defend her. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we're importing into this country. Yep. Somehow she managed to get to New York as a nanny. I see all the pictures here of her in New York trying to live her best life. And, you know, they probably get rid of her because she's probably trying to sleep with the husband and the family. And now she has made it to the beautiful Cayman Islands, jumping on that idiot Ryan. And apparently he's not the only one. She's known to have multiple men. And here we go. And you actually had the audacity to call me? You've never heard of Mall Road before, not true? Because clearly you not got no sense. Plain and straight says Filipino women are very submissive and they must do whatever these idiot men tell them to do because they're looking better life than where they come from. They're bought and paid for in all sorts of ways. It is sad, but that's a fact. The vast majority of them, their relationships are very transactional, child. Yeah, they just trying to get that transaction. Oh my God, what an idiot. Prostituting in WRC got her to stay on island without being regularized for 4 months, working in New York as a nanny. But she also apparently, they suspect, and they have good evidence to show that she was actually a call girl in New York. You know, these websites, they have like, I want to be a sugar baby, those types of sites. These girls be working them sites 24/7, you know. That's how she can afford that little handbag and that too short of an outfit and the little necklace and the extra straight hair and the shoes. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to afford none of that. Girl, who told you this morning? Ryan set you up. He trying to get rid of you. You so stupid. He told you to call me, and you decided to call me like you fucking bright. No, sir. GJ Ryan says, Juju and Shadow hit me up quick time. I was going to say who I throw a drink on, not you. This is, let me be clear about who I talk about. I talk about this one, this Ryan Kirk, this DJ, not you, Bobo. This imported wannabe DJ. Ryan, you dumb, you know. You are one dumb motherfucker. I'm sorry. But you actually had this girl call me today, and you somehow thought that that was actually a good idea? Both y'all stupid and probably deserve each other, God knows. But don't come for me. All that broken English. I wonder how the fuck she even passed the English test. You right, Andrew? How the hell is she even here? Andrew says they barely passed the English test by immigration, and they know one language money. Tune in soon for CMR Jerry Springer edition by our one and only Sandra Child. These people not easy. Faith and Hope says it's time for some pepper pot soup. Tea time pass, and I'm gonna get my CMR mug and cup this year. You doing 30 squats? So I'll come now. They done finished, honey child. Ryan says, I don't waste drinks. Them expensive. Anyway, back to work. We did 35 squats. Well, now, child, we gonna squat on her head because she fool bad. I wonder if she'd answer the phone since she's so bright. What number did she call me from? Let me see. Which one of these numbers was her again? I think this was her. Let's see if she'll answer the phone because I got some questions for her now. I got questions, girlfriend. I got questions about your call girl days in New York. Answer the call since you're so smart about what he's done for K-Man. What are you doing for K-Man other than spreading your legs? Oh, you're not that bright though. You're not going to answer now. Why? Answer the phone, Michelle.
You have been redirected to the mailbox.
Poor thing. He gave you, what did Brian? Brian gave you a hit or something for you to call me this morning. He must have took that little spliff and be like, here, take, he like Trump. Here, Michelle, take a hit of this and call Sandy and tell her what a wonderful man. He's done so much for the Cayman. Can somebody grab that clip and replay? He's done so much for the Cayman Islands, more than you. Say what? Girl, you know that these people really think we dumb though, you know. The audacity to call me. I probably old enough to be your mother because you look like you're about 12 years old. And only God knows what the hell DJ Ryan doing with this little picnic. Child to him, but he know what he doing with her because he can use her, throw wine on her, slap her around, beat her, and then still go back and screw her when he ready. That's what he doing. He got sense. He know what time of day it is. But let me try and understand this. You're going to call CMR, the cold hard truth, and you're going to address me. How old she is? Like me and you, some kind of companion, right? Like I am your sister or your niece or your friend, none of which I am. And you going to get on here and be faced with me? I know one thing. Thomas, she's a digital creator. You look digital, all right. The digital you're into is called coins and money. Fucking sluts and whores that we importing in this country. She even got Snapchat. Y'all can go look her up because I'm sure y'all be entertaining some. Y'all so nasty. You'll be entertaining it in no time straight. Come to the Cayman Islands and you gonna try and get fresh at me? Girl, without makeup, you don't even look good. Let me be very, very clear. You can dress up. And you can dress up hookers when they're ready, but, you know, take the makeup off and all that kind of high price thing. And let's get a real picture. Let me show you what she really looks like minus the makeup. And y'all can see poor Ryan. He probably have to turn the other way at night. Look at that. Not cute. Not even. Okay. Makeup does wonders for you, apparently. You like Oprah, child. When you made up, you're not looking too bad. See? But then you take the makeup off. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Sandra, I love you. Bumbaclot, says AJ. Good morning, AJ. Carrie says, light them up. How much that wine bottle is? Well, I mean, a glass of wine there, probably $60. And like I said, now that we know how she's paying for her lifestyle, it sure does make a lot of sense. WRC, do better. Sandbar got rid of her because of her horrification ways. Yes, I made that word up. Feel free to use it. Because of her horrification ways, right? Side men here, there, and everywhere, in every district, in every street corner. And they're like, no, we can't have no bar made here at Sandbar going on like this. And then poor old Tilly's, well, you know, they're not got no sense over there. But listen, here's a little nugget for you. The DART organization has taken over Tilly's and what a hotel name again? Palm Heights, because them fools that were there managing it were doing such a piss poor job that DART has taken it over under their portfolio. Nobody has made this announcement yet, but I'm letting y'all into a little additional sauce this morning since we're all about the sauce. And so, yes, they got to clean that place up. Now, one thing I know about DART, they not into no reputational damage, you know. Like that man say, the little Chinese man say reputational damage. They're not into it. They don't want that. So what I can be rest assured that as soon as they find out what she's up to, they probably not going to be keeping her on board. But immigration, y'all disappoint me. Y'all really got to do better. Where's my little reputational damage meme guy? The little Asian guy that says reputational damage. Hold on. I got to download him, child, because he is so funny. But y'all have really got to do better. We have got to import people with some decency. No wonder they have to just let everybody in with AIDS these days, because, you know, they know what they're bringing in. Prostitutes left, right, and center from every corner of the world. Nastiness. Aunt Lottie should get a hold of you. She would beat that shit right out of you, girl. And I'm not an advocate of violence, but I'm just saying, if you want somebody to beat up on you, at least have somebody beat up on you who's trying to turn you into something good. Not Ryan. Lord Jesus. A mess. Give me a second here, child, because I'm just like, whoa, what on earth? I think this might beat the story coming next, because that next one coming is another hot mess and then some. All kind of fornicating all over the place and sleeping with this one, that one, and the next one. Wow. Y'all are special.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Let me play him again.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Girl, you need therapy. You not got Stockholm syndrome. I'm sorry. Let me apologize to every single victim out there who actually might be suffering from Stockholm syndrome, because that's not what you got. What you got is, I don't even know what you'd call this, penis syndrome, where you're just using men, not penis syndrome. No, that's the wrong word. You got not Stockholm syndrome, but you got bank account syndrome, where you just trying to live this life. Yes, poor Gregory saying jaw. That's all you can say some days, you know. No, sir. No, Bobo. Pandora's box just turned over. It muddy. This is where I'm always shocked and surprised. But you see, that's when they don't even, they're living here, but they don't understand nothing about Cayman. Because nobody in their right mind who has ever watched this show would have called in this morning when you got this kind of situationship in your life, girl. When you're out, when you've been in this country 4 months illegally, why the blood clot would you call my phone this morning? Huh? Why? And then you try to insult me about, oh, Ryan is such a great guy and he has done so much more in this country, for this country, and for lots of people. Well, there's no doubt, girl, that he's doing something for you. Tammy says, what's a curl called, girl? That's a nice name for a prostitute. What Jamaicans would call them? What y'all call prostitutes? Backyard girl. What a place the name again? Oh God, the back road. What they call the back road there again? Where the girls go and pick up the men. But this is a high class one. Tammy, you got to keep up now with these falutin terms, right? So the Kyle girls, them, they're the high class, right? Prostitutes and whores that out in the streets. Yes, they call them Kyle girls because you call them on the phone and then they show up. Yes, Leanna, a hoe. For you, some of y'all still not get a memo. A call girl is just a fancy word for a hoe. Well, Johan says, CUC cut Sandy's power. Don't worry. I got generators, so Don, I can help them here today. Cutting the power, not gonna help because we got gas generator, propane generator. Take that. Marshall says, well, the call girl is gonna get called out this morning on CMR. My God. Jesus. WRC is so great. Director Jeremy cannot fix it. He takes orders from CI Wesley. No, Jeremy. I believe in you, Jeremy. I got faith that you're gonna have to deal with her. That work permit board, if Tilly's fool enough to still submit that work permit and not pull that today, turn that work permit down. Michelle, you are now officially a persona non grata in the Cayman Islands, baby girl. You have got to go. So sorry, but you cannot stay here. Skettel, Leroy coming in hard and heavy with the right terminology. Love it, Leroy. Thank you, Leroy. Yes, Skettel. That's what it is. Skettel. Back road girl, them coming in fancy. Yes, with the high heels and the outfit and New York living. All 90 pounds of her poor thing. What a mess. So sad. I wonder how and why she ended in this situation. Miss Anita, who are you? Don't be so naive, Naina. How they end up in this situation? I can tell you how they end up in this situation. Bless their little hearts. Where they come from in the Philippines, it's poor as dirt. Dirt is considered a rich commodity. And I'm not trying to look down on poor people because God knows, we got our little poor people here in Cayman too. So I'm not trying to look down on nobody who is poor. But what I'm going to tell you is that unfortunately, their level of poverty is something most of us cannot appreciate. So the only way that they know, and it's not just happening in the Philippines, it happens all over the world. But the only way that they know how to move up in life, it's not oftentimes, and I'm not saying this because I got my Filipino friends, so I'm not classing them all together. Some of them working hard and they're not about this life and they're trying to get an education, but a good number of them are all about just trying. Oh, we got more sus coming in. Hold on, honey child. Hold on. The sus is coming in heavy this morning. A good number of them is all about trying to elevate themselves based on a man. You watch 90 Day Fiancé. You think it's a unusual to have a Filipino every single season? They're outpacing everybody else. Hold on, we're getting the sauce. Hold on. All right, folks, give me one quick second. My passport is here. Hold on, hold on. All right. I'm back, honey child. I got my UK passport. It came so fast. Bless the UK, boy. They made that like basically 2 weeks. I don't think it's been 3 weeks. Look at that. Whoop. Passport in hand. I'll be traveling on my own dime. We don't need no money from no man, Michelle. But this story gets even better. Oh my God, I cannot make this. Look at her like she pretending to be in a wedding dress. Oh my God. Lord God, please. Okay, let me tell y'all right now. Y'all know that Auntie don't drink, but I have a whole thing full of liquor. Every time somebody comes in, but Auntie, you got so much liquor and you don't drink? If I were a drinker this morning, I reckon this Hennessy very special cognac, this would have been my choice of beverage this morning. I would have to crack this open and start sipping it because the tea, this not good enough. No sound, y'all can't hear me? No, I had to go run to the DHL guy and get my passport. This is what I would be drinking this morning. Gabby, that's what I'm saying. It is definitely 5 o'clock somewhere. Y'all better break out some cognac for me. Now, I'm not opening it because, like I said, I honestly don't drink. But I think if I were a drinker, I would break this one out. With this one from France. From cognac, bottled in cognac, France. This is like the fancy stuff. 1765 limited edition. Hennessy Carnival. Ooh, honey child. This is the Carnival limited edition. Yeah, we're going to be doing some Carnival, all right. Okay, let me get into it because this situation gets even worse. You see, this is where I know WRC really need my help, you know. Oh, is she getting arraigned in court today? Yeah, kaboom. We coming to her next. Lord God, there's too much sauce and I got a meeting at 11:30. Let's get through it. Okay. Hold on. Just 1 second. All right. We cannot have the minister, the Honorable Michael Miles out here trying to fix legislation and trying to fix the system. And at the same time, we are importing whores, prostitutes, pedophiles, and criminals left, right, and center, and actually believe that this is going to solve a problem. All of the best legislation in the world will do absolutely nothing if we still letting in the wrong people. Because for the time that they're here, you're talking about, 9 years, they can get rolled over my backside. They can jump on a little idiot fool PR holder like his name is Ryan here. And then next thing you know, they got to turn around and get PR, residency, status, and the most. So this is what I need to tell you all here today. Her brother is also here in the Cayman Islands. He likewise was working at Sandbar, Daiquiri Bar and Grill. And this is what happens. You got to watch them, because they start to bring one another in. We not paying attention. We not seeing what they're going on with. Okay? They're bringing each other in. Once one come, they're bringing in sister, mama, dog, every single one of them coming. And Cayman's so stupid, we just sit back and we allow it to happen. Caymanians, I need y'all to wake the fuck up. We will never, ever fix the system if we have people like Daryl Guevara and his sister right here in the Cayman Islands. My God. Let me tell you about the brother now. This gotta be him. Oh yeah, this looks like, oh yeah, see that mama. Oh God, Auntie Sandy done found him too. Let me show you him now living his best life. I don't want my little Filipino friends to get up in their feelings today, but sometimes at your turn, sometimes at the Jamaican turn, sometimes at the Caymanian turn, sometimes at the Honduran turn, Honduranians as we call them. And it just so happens, Bobo, look at the good life. Look at the good life. Yeah. Working here as a bartender, but look what y'all need to know about him. Ask me who he is and what he doing in the Cayman Islands when he has a record. He has a criminal record in the Philippines. For what? Distributing pornography. I don't know if it was child pornography, gay pornography, or what kind of pornography, but I can tell you one thing. He was convicted. And we turned around and allowed this man into the Cayman Islands along with his prostitute sister. I need y'all to help me out here. Because she made the biggest mistake of her life, calling and trying to come for me. When you got a fucking brother who's has a conviction in the Philippines, lied on his application, sending pornography around, been convicted of that shit. You still got a work permit here, and he's working right now at Salt Creek Grill. So I'm gonna call out Tilly's this morning. I'm calling out Salt Creek Grill this morning. You guys don't even know who you have hired. But I'm going to help you out. I'm helping y'all out. Because now you know. Daryl has a conviction. And he and his whoring sister both need to go. Lots of evidence. She overstayed for 4 months, but somebody at CBC got turned around and give her an extension to be able to remain here and now get a work permit. Not on my dime, honey child. Hell no. It's not gonna happen. Okay? I will protest. They're talking about the Cubans protesting. I will go down to CBC headquarters. I know it kind of stinks down there right now, so I'm not going inside. Because I'm not inhaling no feces on the wall and getting what kind of diseases only God knows from them people. I'm not into that life. But I'll stand on the outside if need be. And I'm going to hold up my little sign that says deportation time. Get criminals out of my country. We got enough here that we can't get rid of because they're homegrown criminals. Yeah? The rest of them need to go. Sorry, Daryl. Go call your sister. You're going to be pissed off today, but don't be pissed off at me. All right? You'll go and be pissed off at your sister for having the audacity to call me this morning and not knowing better. She should be slapped by you for that. Because now she brought in your hot mess into the situation as well. So I want to know, why is he here? Why is he working at Salt Creek Grill when we already know that he's a criminal? He has an actual conviction and he lied on his work permit application. Y'all better start vetting these people better than you're doing. You can't take their word for it. All of them talking about they're digital creators. Y'all digital, all right. No. You gotta go. Sorry, Bobo. Same here in East End. Hold on, I'm getting all the pictures. Don't worry. You better get, y'all both better start packing your bags from now voluntarily. Sorry, Daryl. Not sorry. This is my country. See, I'm here at Health City going to the doctor together. Hold on. Come see what that was about. Yeah, there she is. There she is on his profile too. Oh, God, y'all so special. Y'all are so special. Please go somewhere else. Any other country but Cayman. I'm not sure who else is going to be inviting you in, but we don't want you here. I'm sorry. Daryl and Michelle, get the fuck out of Cayman. Nope. CBC, WRC, I don't know which one of you messed this case up, but whoever did it, whoever let a criminal and a whore in at the same time, he sent around pornography. It probably was of her. Maybe he was her manager. And so he sent around pictures of her to try and get clients. I mean, I don't know all the details, but what I do know is they are aware that he has a conviction. They are aware, right? That he has lied on a permit to be able to come to the Cayman Islands, and how he is still here. Your guess is as good as mine. It is time to clean this place up. So let me show you some more photographic evidence of what they've been up to. Oh God, it said I got too many images loaded up. Hold on, we can remove some. No problem, honey chair. Let's take some of these down because y'all done seen what she really looks like minus the makeup. And this is the brother now. Look at him, poor him, what a mess. Living his best life here in the Cayman Islands after being a convict in his own country. You don't get to lie on your work permit application, son. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? See them here together? The two of them? There they go. Ugly and fugly. All rolled up in one. Oh, Ryan, poor you. What a mess. Here they are taking advantage of the beautiful Health City facility there, Cayman Bay. I recognize it because I go all the time. That's the front door. Yep, that's them. Living their best lives at the expense of the people right here in the Caymans. And here he is in East End and our Iron Shore. We welcome people, but we don't want criminals. We don't want prostitutes. We don't want hoes. We don't want skettels. And we definitely don't want no troublemakers. And yeah, so that's not gonna work. Okay. Here he is again, living his best life. All right. So here's the deal. He works at Salt Grill. What's it called? Salt Creek Grill. And WRC, somebody says they need to be doing independent background checks. Clearly, that is not happening. And so we can help you out a little bit here this morning. We're going to have to do a whole story on these two. How is the system failing us so badly that we are allowing known criminals, convicted criminals, right, into our country? I'm not on this bad wagon. I'm not anti-expats. I'm not like, oh, we're not letting none of them in. We're going to cuss them out. I'm not that person. But I am that person when you're not even on the right side of the law. If you want to come to Cayman, the least you could do is come here with a clean police record. Huh? That is the least that you can do. Right? I don't want you coming to my country if you can't do okay and decent and good and be a good citizen in your own country. No, you don't get to come here. That privilege is reserved, and it is a privilege It is reserved for those who do it the right way. You are free to come. You are free to be a guest worker in this country. No problem. But you cannot be a lawbreaker. All right? Because that's not going to work. No, it's not working. So you got to go. And I'm going to suggest someone, AJ said you got to be a digital creator if you're forging documents. You got to go. So how is it that we know all of this stuff? We know that she was a call girl in New York, right? We know that she was prostituting at Sandbar. And still, we are going to allow her to remain an island. We know that this guy has a conviction related to pornography in the Philippines in his own country. And he's still here working at Salt Creek Grill. Tilly's and Salt Creek Grill, y'all need to be emailing immigration right now and canceling some work permits, as far as I'm concerned. Andrew says the Cayman Islands needs a purge. When your fridge got spoiled food, you need to throw it out. Otherwise, it's going to stink and spoil the rest of the food. Contamination will spread. HIV cases are rampant in these islands. It's a fact, not fiction. Well, what I know is rampant is ridiculousness and bad behavior. All right. Michelle, good luck to you. One word that I always say, a little bit of advice. Probably the thing that you don't want to do. Sometimes I say, look, don't come for me if I never sent for you. Nobody sent for you. When your boyfriend called in this morning and he suggested that you could call in and defend him, you heard what I said to him. I said, Ryan, don't do that. That don't make no sense because I'm not going to believe her because I know how victims are, right? You could be beating her ass 24/7 and she can still call in and defend you. You should have been listening because you think you're so fucking bright. You should have been listening and take the advice. And when he strong held your hand and told you to call, you should have said, no, Ryan, I am not calling. Because now look at you. You've been exposed for what you are, as rightfully you should be. Your brother, a criminal, a convict in the Philippines, a liar on our work permit documentation, has now also, by extension, been exposed. And whilst I don't believe in throwing all family members into the same box, what I'm going to say is this. Anybody else in Cayman, because we got two crooks in the same family, anybody else in Cayman who's family to the two of these, and they're here in Cayman, y'all better expel them too, because they can't be no good either. A lot of bad apples in this family. So get rid of them. But you see how they help each other. I don't know who was here first. Probably him, working at Sandbar first, and then we turn around and we let her in because Sandbar's like, oh, we have Daryl working here. Oh, I got somebody I could recommend. My sister looking a little job. This is how they bring each other and they look out for each other. Don't get me started in that police community because I'm going to be batting them up here shortly too because I know a lot of shit that they're going on with. And I'm watching you Nepalese people because it is too widespread in your community. If it was 1-2, but y'all running a real, what you would call it, criminal enterprise. And I have become aware of it. Complaints upon complaints, and they harming their own people. That's the worst part. They got to stop. Because in the meantime, you are here destroying my little piece of rock, my little country. And you don't get to do that. You don't get to this country. You don't get to come here. And tell us who's doing so much for the Cayman Islands, doing more than you. Yeah, right. I don't know who you would believe you were talking to this morning, but not me. Cheers to the Hennessy. Love it. It's such a beautiful bottle. I must say they did a nice job with the pretty colors. Limited edition. You almost don't want to drink that. All right, y'all ready for the next story? By show of hands, who's ready? Yes, Miss Debbie, imported riffraff. You better believe that. Thank God that this not legitimate Caymanian this time, Denver, up in this hot mess. That's all I can say. Any updates, Killer, on the accident happened at Palm Heights? Justin, it is going through the system, is all I can tell you. We know that young man was he attempted to assist. He attempted to assist the police. I don't know that he's actually been charged with anything. I don't think he has been yet. So all I can say, Justin, is unfortunately the investigation still continues. There may be no charges. It might have just been an unfortunate situation, but we will wait to see the outcome of that in terms of what happened. El Rey says, boys, CMR sound like ice this morning. No. We're not shooting nobody down the streets. Don't come with your ice foolishness. We're not defending that stupidity. Many of them got this digital creator on their resume, yet many of them now are here on island or in their country making fake permits and applications and fake driver's licenses too. Mm-hmm. She really bright, says Andrew. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all ready? Miss Faith says she might need a drink for part 2. Girl. All right, so let me give you a trigger warning. Okay? You might get some emotional damage from this next part.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Yes, y'all might need therapy. The photos that I'm about to show you are very, very disturbing. Oh, God. Ready for the next story. No more distractions. Kaboom. Coming. Yes, CBC time. Oh, God. Can I tell y'all something? All right, let's back it up. Is it time for more squats again? Jesus Christ. Already? Lord God, get up. Oh, Jesus. Okay, why are we doing that? It's actually Saltwater Grill and Galleria, not Salt Creek Grill. Oh, sorry. Saltwater Grill. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the correction. So one working till is, next one Saltwater Grill. All right, so let's back it up a little bit here now. We got to talk about this situation with an officer, and somebody says she's a Pinot working at Sandbar. She's no longer there. She looks about 18, looking papers. She's a dickhead. Well, now she's at Tilly's and overstayed for 4 months. Okay, so let me get my pictures sorted out. One second. So here is the thing, okay? We have a customs officer who I think her name Michelle too, this a day for Michelle, so what? Oh, Lord God, here, All right, so this one, yep, her name is Michelle. I think her name Michelle. Oh my God. And I had no idea. The last couple of times I actually came through customs. In fact, just on Saturday, somebody brought in a package for me, and I went and cleared it airport myself. And she was the agent that dealt with me. I've never had an issue. Let me be very, very clear. I have never had an issue dealing with her. In fact, I found her to be very thorough as a customs agent because, she went through my receipt. She looked at what I was bringing in. She checked my suitcases. Wherever a deduction was appropriate, she gave me, not a deduction, but what do you call it? Oh, Lord have mercy. What's it called again? The adjusted rate. So like my books are duty free. I had some books in it for Gigi. And then, and then we had, hold on one second. And then we had, so we had other stuff that was like 17% instead of 20. She went through and itemized it and did up the paperwork. And I thought she was very thorough. And I appreciate that because I'm not a person trying to cheat CBC out their little money. But at the same time, if something's not 20%, don't charge me 20%, charge me 17 or 15 or whatever. So she was the first one to tell me that doorknobs were actually at 15% because they're building materials. So I'm like, oh girl, thank you. I appreciate that. Save me a little, 5% on the duty. So imagine my shock and surprisation. Let's do our squats first. When I heard yesterday that she had been arrested for running over her husband, I was like, there's not a girl who just helped me on Saturday though. All right, let's do 25 real quick, okay? Let me adjust my seat so I can push that bonky down properly. All right, let's just do 25. 1, can y'all get up to 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, Instagram folks. Yes, girl, we're going to do 25. She said, how many are we doing? Oh, God, I lost count. Am I in 10? 11, 12. So let me squat with you. Yes, bring it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right. Shake it out. All right, honey child. I not even got to eat my porridge yet this morning. Oh my God. Oh. I feel for some Indian food for lunch today. Oh my God. Remind me later in the week. Well, tomorrow Friday, but remind me. Tell you about this new Indian restaurant I found. Okay. Oh, yeah. Auntie heartbeat gone up a little bit. All right. Not as much as when I paid pickleball, but still good. So she ran over her husband. And y'all have got to hear the mix up. Okay. I mean, this one is a hard pill to swallow. Anyway, I think that she must be originally from Honduras, but probably got some kind of Caymanian connections. So let me get this sauce now. Hold on. Yeah, so she got some kind of Caymanian connections, my honey child. And so she is a CBC officer. Now, why would she be running over her husband? I mean, when I looked at her, I'm like, huh? You can't look at people and judge based on how they look, you know? Because she seems like such a nice, meek, and humble young woman. But yet, apparently, out in the streets, fighting over men. And I'm just like, why? Who does that? Well, honey child, apparently she does. And this is not the first time. Her name is Michelle Ebanks. Like I said, this is the day of the Michelles, honey child. And she's been arrested. She's actually appearing in court today. I have it on good authority that she's being arraigned and running over her Caymanian husband 2 times, and he's in bad condition. Police locked her up and got the car impounded. So I am assuming, right, that she must have done this since I saw her on Saturday, because she obviously wasn't locked up then. Let me show you who we talking about. And then I got to show you the images of this man's injuries. And like I said, if you are, it might cause you emotional damage. So if you're very sensitive to imagery and stuff like this, don't bother watching no more of the show, because this is a severe injury. So this is her, not a bad looking girl. Like I said, my sources reveal she's some kind of Caymanian mixed up story child. So apparently she is from, she got a lot of friends on social media. David Ebanks, she your cousin or what? So Philip, she's your friend. Ralston, your friend. Kenneth Bryan, Tracy, Graham, Lavana. She got lots of friends on social media. But apparently she's from like Guanaja or something. One of them mixed up Caymanian, Honduran, God knows what situations. Right? And she's married to a guy. He looks a little bit older than her. Like I can't really tell because some men don't age really well either. But anyway, she's married to some Caymanian. And I guess too, you see what happens when you're married to Caymanian. You can then get certain jobs that traditionally would be reserved only for Caymanians, right? So this is her in uniform. That's not uniform. That's her looking all fly with her little hair. This is her in uniform. Yep. Like I said, I've had her assist me at the airport. And this is her here. And we got a next picture of her trying to look sexy out in the streets, skinning out a little bit. Wearing a dress that's way too short for the body type, but nonetheless, here she is. So my sources, Evelyn, you know her? My sources say apparently she must be related to the other Michelle because she likes to have men. Like, you know, she likes men a lot. And so evidently she was having an affair. That I'm just telling y'all like I got it. So she was having an affair with another man before, and then the husband catch her and whatever. So apparently this happened Sunday. Yes, this happened Sunday at Roti's shop because he caught her again with another man. Okay, she told the police that he got these injuries from falling down a step and then switched it up to falling down a hole on the Iron Shore down in East End. So she already lying. Her own daughter called the police, it looks like. And my sources go on to say that she been with one other man, including her next baby father, in public. She even posted him and her on social media. And last year, he had a big fight with the woman from the owner of the bar up North Side for her husband. Don't ask me, kind of mixed up story. And then another Honduran from the same place, Guanaja. So this one from Guanaja. Oy, oy, oy. Caramba. Que planchera. All right. So because she's a CBC officer, they've been keeping all this mixed up. Quiet. Well, guess what? You know, you can't keep nothing hiding from CMR for too long. So now she ran over the husband and what you're saying, the other baby father, he also from Guanaja, married to a flight attendant from Cayman Airways, and her two older sons is for him. Lord Jesus, Cayman Airways in the mix again. The wife from Arthur named Michelle, if I don't make mistake. So another Michelle in the mix. Anyway, one pile of mix up. It's not like they're all screwing down each other from Guanaja and whatever. So here it is. Now let me show you. Let me show you what his injuries look like. And like I said, I am duty bound to tell you all that this situation now is her husband's name is Jarrett Ebanks. I know all about it. Sad. The incident happened over 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, not this past Sunday. Lord have mercy. And the husband been in the hospital. He lied to protect her, but he admitted the truth to his daughter, and then things start to take a turn. Oh, snaps. So if it happened 2 weeks ago, that means then that when she was Ethelyn Melissa Johnson Ebanks. So that means then that when she was assisting me on Saturday, she already had run the man over. Child, she must have known that this was coming. She must have known that, oh God, Ma Road here clearing some stuff in one suitcase and I soon be ending up on Ma Road. Wow. Lord Jesus, girl, what the hell? Anyway, trigger warning. Look away if you don't want to see it, but this man's leg is mashed up. This be like them videos y'all be sending me from Jamaica when man gets shot and y'all send me all the gory details. So close your eyes if you don't want to see it. Poor Jared, says Vanessa. Lord God, ew. Look at his leg. They got pins and metal rods, multiple metal rods going through his leg. Yo, your leg got me messed up for life, dude. What the hell? Oh, not my husband calling me. I can't talk to him right now. Hold on. When he called, I say, I'm still in there. He's like, what? What are you doing still in there? Doesn't that show end at 9:30? I'm like, honey, child, come off my phone. Come off my blood clot phone. So, wow. Damn. I mean, look at the rod going through the foot. Oh my God, I can't imagine the pain of being run over with a friggin' car. And look at the 2 metal rods at the top. Where is he? Health City? Which hospital he at? Jeez on peace. Look at how the leg cut open and exposed. Oh my God. Okay, I got another picture. Oh my God. Is that the same angle? That's the other side of the leg. Hold on. It's hard to tell. That's one leg angle. And then this one. This is the other side? So both sides mash up like that? Oh my God. Oh my God. That gives me the bejeebers. Wow. That is, whoa. Oh my God. And then this is her clothes. Apparently, I'm told her clothes. What are her clothes doing in the garbage? But I'm told that she had blood and stuff all over her too. And so, wow. Wow. So he was trying to protect her. He's stupid. That's what I'm telling y'all with these victims, though, you know. Some woman gonna run you over and do this to you. And you gonna still, yeah, he might lose his leg even, Carrie. You're right. And you still trying to protect her? Why? What? That would not be me. Oh my God, sir. Damn. How are they gonna close that up? Oh my God. That's right, back one. Back one said, just tell hubby you try the rum later. Oh, I tell him I gotta go. I said, I'm busy, honey child. Wow. Now you don't know that is messed up. Girl, you're gonna be going to jail. That is at the very minimum, that can be no less than GBH. Serious bodily injury. Why? Over man? You love man so much that you gotta run over your husband? I mean, girl, call me. Because, you know, we need to understand what's going on here. What the hell? Husband, what do you? You want some of this Hennessy or what? Jeez, peace. Oh my God. All right. Let's get some background on the topic. Michelle Johnson Ebanks. Her full name is actually okay. Let me tell you. Any photos of his face? Yes, but I'm not gonna put that up. It's 10:40. Do not leave us hanging today. We need to see the T and the CBS or attempted murder. Could this be attempted murder? I mean, I don't know. The popo, you know, they don't DPP. They're so lazy. They don't like to go for like the real charges. So I doubt they're gonna charge her with attempted murder. But damn, this is rough. This look bad, yo. I'm not gonna lie. So here's the mix up now. Backstory on the thing here. Cayman papers are being married to the Caymanian she ran over. Child, just leave the man. I mean, I don't know what the situation is, but you want dick somewhere else, go leave him now. You're not gonna kill him for it. Anyway, she from Guanaja. It happened across from Roti's shop in the parking lot, One Capital Place. Oh God. That a building government about to buy or wants to buy, thinking about buying. Lead. Ex-wife, Cayman Airways lady, no longer married to Arthur. And he told his mother and daughter the truth. Poor thing. He's home being taken care of by his mother and family. And she lied to CBC, telling them she was the only one taking care of him and got compassionate leave. I lie, you tell. I lie. OMG. CBC, she lied to the bosses and got compassionate leave. Who does that? You run the man over and then gonna talk about you don't want taking care of him? Compassionate leave to do what? Probably go find the next man. Michelle. Wow. I am shocked. Auntie, send the Hennessy to the library now. What? No way. Oh my God. I can't even. I can't. Wow. No, sir. Okay. Yeah. This is madness. This is madness. Pure and simple. The camera caught it all. Oh my God, girl, you in trouble. Oh my God. You know when no. Let me tell y'all something. You know when you're kids, right? And you know when you're kids, yeah. And your little brother or sister, you did something wrong. And your little brother or sister come and they see what you just did and they just looking and shaking their head. And they're like, oh my God, you in trouble. Mama got beat you. Papa coming for you. That is what I feel like. Oh my God. No, sir. OMG. No, sir. Girl. This not good. Girl, no, you didn't. No, you did not. Anyway, here's some more sus. I'm just sitting here in a state of shock now that all this coming out. Wow. Here's more. She left him to bleed out. His co-worker found him. She also got out the car and beat him in his head. The cameras caught it all. Oh, Michelle. Well, I tell you what, I will not be seeing you in the customs hall again. I'm sorry, child, but you just lost your job and you going to jail. This is horrible. This is horrible. We just got through talking about men who beat up women, but then you a woman beating up a man. Michelle, you in court today? You done gone to court this morning. You already been arraigned. Give us a call because I'm curious about this situation. Auntie would like to hear from you. I'm hearing all this stuff and I'm in such a state of shock. If you're listening, give us a call, 936-2626. Tell me what happened, Michelle. What really set you off to run over your husband 2 weeks ago and then lie to your bosses and all this kind of stuff? So apparently he had to move out from the matrimonial home because she got man up in there and he got moved back in practically with his mother, build on a little section to his mother's house. You know, victims, man or woman. When you're a victim, do not allow people to take advantage of you. What on earth? Allegations that she shot the first baby father in Honduras? What the fuck? Wow. This person say, because we all know them Honduranians ain't submissive like them Filipinos. I mean, holy cow. Oh. So the first wife is Michelle as well. So he really loves him, and Michelle, bless his little heart. She's really a horrible person. And I know that as a fact. I've seen and witnessed things with her and the husband. So she's been abusing him and doing the most to him. She is now not allowed back in the house. Damn. Arthur, you making a woman treat you like this? That puss can't be good. It don't even look good. I mean, she's cute and everything, but come on, boy. What do you? She is what you call senfa ababa, girl laughing out loud. What the hell? She the same one who went to find me outside roti shop back in the days. Find you for what? She can run you over to her, what? No, sir, she must be got the Honduras syndrome from the election as she fighting and beating up people there in her hometown. Go back, Honduras, Michelle, because Jared too good for you, and you had so many men on him. So he goes by Jared and Arthur. Somebody say, call me after the show. I got more for you. Lord Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I can't take no more. I can't take no more. Her poor children, so sad for them to know this is what she's done. Well, they're going to have to get used to her going to jail. No, sir. Wow. Oh my God. She not the same one who shot her husband in the foot in Honduras? What? She really shot a man in Honduras? A different husband? The first husband, she shot him in the foot in Honduras. And you gonna marry her? I could have find you a nice little Caymanian girl to marry. What do you? Dude, what is wrong with you people? Oh my God. You cannot make this shit up. I mean, Jared, Anthony, Antonio, whatever the hell your name is. Are you okay? What's wrong with you? Wow. I want to know what the charges are. Police, please respond to my email, because honestly, I need to know what you guys have charged her with. This can't be no pion charges now, you know. She left him to bleed out. This man could have died. Jesus. Liana says they're married. That's an automatic divorce. I mean, for most of us. But he might have Stockholm syndrome too. No, sir. Now, this is where it's at. Andrew said he could easily lose his leg. Where is he? Is he at Health City? My God. What kind of work does he do? He might not be able to work again. Carrie says some men are pussy crazy with some of these women, Bobo. You can always do better. Not at the risk of like losing your life and stuff. Liana says fired from the job, jailed, kids taken away, house taken away. I gotta say, yeah, man. Our men need to stop marrying these imported whores. Wow, I would have never thought. You see what them people say? See me? And come and live with me is two very, my apologies, two very, very different things. Greeting people at our border. Kara saying, I can't get a job, but these can. She pissed off. We all witnessed an attempted murder because not once these cases happened, but twice. I'm shocked. Leanna says, oh my God, this woman beaten this Caymanian man for papers. Listen to me. Some of y'all have hot puss now, you know. I can understand. One man can never please you because, you know, the reality is they start out hot from they 12, 13 years old. So they had years of experience on this man and no one man can satisfy them. So when you find a woman like that, and sometimes you don't know, I suppose, but when you find out she's like that, you got to just leave her alone. You done breed her, so I guess you feel away now. Oh, I got children with her, whatever. Get a good lawyer and just get a bloody divorce. And them people there from Banaka, like somebody said, they're not the Filipinos, you know. They will murder you. You said that they will poison your food. They will run you over with them car. They will stab you up. See that next one we got? I think she's still up in prison for stabbing that little guy up East End and killing him. Right? And they had a very tumultuous relationship, always beating each other up and whatever. And then she was pregnant for him, had the baby while she in jail, and still stabbed and killed the father. You can imagine? Them women from Banaka, them Honduran women, whether they're from the Mean Island, Tegucigalpa or Banaka, whatever, don't mess with them. They're different. Yo, they crazy. Marshall said, I tell you, that good PP will make you lose your mind. I know one thing. I'm not losing no mind over it. No, sir. And I don't care how good it is. It's not worth it. You're going to lose everything in life. Now look at you, Bobo, up in the hospital. Oh, God, I feel so bad for you, sir. I don't even know you. And I feel bad for you. Just looking at your leg, that must have been so painful. And then she got out of the car and beat the man on top of the head? Rasclot, that's a different level of madness. You hear me? Girl, yes. El Ray says, don't pass go, don't collect 200, just go straight to jail. You better believe that, girl. I don't know what kind of defense lawyer you getting, but if they got that on CCTV, you might as well just plead guilty and save everybody the trauma. Carrie says she got mental trauma, some kind mental trauma. I know one thing. I would be giving her some emotional damage. His poor mother. The stress on her and the daughter to try and take care of him now. She'd be getting some emotional damage, all right. No, sir. Oh, my God. Browse Tour says, I see it happening. People out here doing cruel things, and then they go out and pretend to be nice, and it's sad. Wow. Andrew says it's all about the Benjamins, the dollars, not love, opportunity, and advantage. Oh, my God. Maybe he is crying out for help. He better cry louder. He better run next time. Show hubby picture, please. No, I don't know that I want to show him because he is truly the victim in this situation. But where is he from? He from West Bay? Okay, I'm confused. So her first husband is Arthur. Okay. This is why I'm getting confused now. This story getting all kind of mixed up. Her first husband was Arthur. That the one in Honduras? And she was also with him and had kids. And she shot him in the foot. She looked like she got a thing with feet. And then Jared now is this victim. Oh. Oh. What the hell? What a mixed-up story. Lord have mercy. Oh, God. Oh, I'm not ready for this story yet. A bus driver fought a student at SciFec. Yes, I'm aware from yesterday it happened. I've just got the footage, but I can't deal with that here today. Y'all gonna really make me drink, you know? Can y'all please stop it? As the more I keep this bottle of Hennessy here, the better this starting to look. Y'all got cause Auntie Sandy to drink. I'm here just trying to drink water. I not even got to have my porridge this morning. Cha. I have to eat this porridge a little bit later on. Let me get a little. It's cold now. Can't take cold porridge. Sometimes people don't know exactly what to do, but need a little push from their friends and family. My God. Oh, Lord. A marriage of convenience. Don't love the guy. A lot of them Spanish girls be in gangs. She married him for the papers, I guess. Let me know when you open the Hennessy. Her and Arthur were never married. Oh, please don't share Jared's picture. Oh, God, poor Jared. So Arthur is the first 2 children father. She has One definitely for Jared. The second one is questionable. The baby father, Arthur, allegedly might be her half brother. Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't. No. Oh, God. No, don't. No. Miss Stacy, we got a bottle of something that's open there, right? Jeez, I'm Sandy. Don't start drinking in life. You may not be able to stop. Say what? You just made me pass out. Arthur allegedly might be her half brother. Yeah, daddy. Now what? Yeah, your daddy. Now your daddy. And he don't know scenario. Oh my Lord. Jesus, please. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. I can't even. Oh, she's not in prison anymore. Olga got out? The girl from Honduras that stabbed the guy to death. I think her name is Olga. Oh, she's out already? Oh, Lord God. What a mess. Oh, my God. Jeez on peace. Yeah, don't mix up the ex-wife from Cayman Airways. Because apparently her name is Michelle too. So you got two Michelles. You have an Arthur and a Jared. What kind of confusing? Jeez. Someone said, I give up. Just drafted an email and wrote syndrome instead of stipend. I had to stop enjoying this drama so much. Attempted murder. She left him to bleed out. I think so too. Wow. This is not even half the story. Okay. Y'all, I gotta tap out. I can't take no more of this shit here today. And it's not even Friday. Oh my God. He does look Jared looks a little bit older than her. You know, y'all need to leave these young gal alone. You want young puss, but you can't handle it. What does one say now? Morning, hun, hearing 2 people died. One I'm hearing is so-and-so from... What? What? Oh. And then... somebody that used to own that business, he died too? What the hell? Okay, get me some confirmation because child can't take that kind of stress yet today. Jeez on peace. What the hell going on? Today for you, like, you know, Friday 13th was Friday. Not Thursday today, Friday 13th. But I feel like today should be Friday 13th. Like, what the hell? No, sir. So is this a case of convict jail and then deportation? I would hope so. I know, AJ, I was thinking the same thing. She got a foot fetish, man. Think about it. He would told his daughter and his mom means that he really isn't okay with what is happening to him. Yeah, I tell you, he got Stockholm syndrome too. Sounds like a dark joke. This whole thing is a hot mess. If he doesn't press charges. No. They got CCTV footage. This not Rayon. What his name is Ryan, and that full Filipino girl. This is somebody going to jail. Honest to God, she gotta go jail. I'm sorry. You could be doing good calculations at the customs hall and your ass still going to jail. Andrew says the power of the punani, that a pint. Child, is it really that powerful for you stupid men? Jeez, I'm peace. No, son, Nicole, I am dead over here this morning. Came out of bed last September, the boyfriend beating and almost ran over his girlfriend. Oh, we not hear nothing but that one all no. That's a good one we need a little update on. Marshall says, I remember her from when she used to work Cayman Airways. Did she work Cayman Airways before? Where? On a plane? Oh my God. And Vanessa says his mother named Sandra too. What a mix up. Listen, I know his mommy, so don't mix me up because anybody do that to my child. I might have to slip a little something for real. And it's not going to be no Hennessy. Jeez, peace. Oh, Andrew said you need a shot or two, Auntie. This case might make a shot. I can't even. I can't believe this foolishness. Oh my God. Lamana says, please log off now. Bye. Liana says, I will drink for you. Pour in the white rum. Girl. Ask which ex-customs boss is her man. Stop your lies. Stop it. Patrick. No. Not who I thinking though, you know. Her? This was the Spaniard that he was checking? I thought she would have been better looking. Vanessa said, Jared, not at all. This can't be the one that was rumored to be his woman though. Stop your lying. Stop your lying and come off the air. Cha. Part 2 tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta go meet somebody. Yes, anti-video footage, but remember the case with the Jamaican man running over the next man, killing, and they got. I know you can't figure for them jurors, child. They see you shoot somebody and they be like, "Oh well, it's okay. You didn't mean to do it, so we'll let you go." Lord God, wow. Well, Sir Jared, if you want to talk about it, I would love to do an interview with you. Call me. Everybody got my number. But don't be like the full Filipino Michelle now. Call me and call me straight. Come with the truth. And don't be defending Fuckridge. Because if you call me and say you're defending Michelle for running you over the car, I might have to slap you myself. All right. Final word of the day. What I'm going to say is this. Some of you are suffering from
emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Yes, it is true. Some of you, it's true.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
And honestly, it is funny, but it ain't funny. Lots of people out there are damaged goods, right? They got all kind of convoluted issues. And what my experience, take it from me. I'm talking to y'all like young people now. Listen carefully. Run from trouble. When you see people with emotional damage, man, woman, puss, pee-pee, whatever, run like a bat out of hell. Try and find yourself a good person, stable person. Don't find a Ryan Kurt who won't come up and then throw wine on you, right? Don't find the Michelles of the world. Michelle number 1, the Filipino whore, and Michelle number 2, another whore, but Spanish whore from Guanaja, and she'll kill you too on top of it. Calm down. Find someone who has an even personality, even temperature, even, what do you call it? Not temperature. What do you call it again? Temperament, right? Who not gonna be stabbing you up, killing you, running over you, cheating on you left, right, and center. That's not the kind of drama you need in your life. And sometimes you don't know. Sometimes it just so happens that you get with somebody, you thought they were a good person, they showed you all the good signs that they were, and then you find out that they're not. You can break up with them. You can divorce them. Lots of good divorce lawyers out there. And it's okay. Yeah? Do yourself a favor. Run from crazy people. It will never end well for you. All right. On that note, honey child, I have to go get the rest of the sauce. Someone said he put himself in that position. I'm sorry. She shouldn't have run him over. If they ain't together, don't live together. You know she have nothing. You know she have nothing man or men. What? You know she have nothing man or men? WTF, you want to cause trouble when you see her out with other men. Someone said, sign me up for therapy, broken leg, symptoms, treatment, and recovery. Oh my God. Oh my God. The bus driver video with the bus driver and the SciFX student fighting has now gone viral. All right. He just married the wrong person. Have the sus on that marriage too. This is out of his hands. Criminal charges filed. It's out of Jared's hands. It is alleged that she slept her way into the CBC job. Is his mother the lady you did the interview with in Crown Plaza? I don't even know. Which interview? God. All right. Let me go work on the rest of the sus. And what I can tell you now is we'll be putting up the story in relation to the bus driver. And yeah. Wow. Okay. It's a hot mess and then some. I don't know what to tell y'all. All right, folks. I'm out. Don't cause me to drink, honey child. So let me go put this Hennessy back where I got it from in the liquor cabinet. And don't drink if you have problems. That will not solve anything. Get therapy, get help, and run like a bat out of hell from these bad people. On that note, tomorrow is Friday. I don't even know if the minister coming on tomorrow. I don't have any guests booked, but I have a lot of other stories that I need to be sharing with you guys. There's one with a lawyer that I'm actively investigating. That one is going to blow your socks off too. Everybody's trying to cover up because he just happens to be English and white. Listen, I like the guy too. I thought he was a good lawyer, but that ain't got nothing to do with the price of rice in China. You guys know how we do it around here. Auntie, don't care where you're from. You could be from Banaka, Guanaja, same difference. Filipino, Honduran, Caymanian, West Bay, Georgetowner, English and proper white. And when you do shit in this country and CMR becomes aware of it, right? There's some serious allegations being made. We are gonna have to talk about it. It's as simple as that. Okay, tune in, 7:30. Find the backup YouTube channel. Look like enough of y'all found it this morning, though. Still, some of y'all seem a bit lost. We're on YouTube. If you prefer YouTube, go look up the backup channel. Cayman Mall Road, and then put Cayman at the end of it. That is the backup channel with the little gold coin. You guys will find this. And yeah, it's a hot mess and then some. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.